allow the children
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my yegun, that man too they talk. He do they talk. Say my yegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my yegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. My yegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo.
Yeah. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun Live. Very traditional this Sunday evening. Please read the caption of this broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Mayegun today. Do me one favor tonight, okay? I'm kind of far away from my original microphone, okay? But I've got an attachable microphone on. Let me know if the audio is perfect on your own device. Yeah, almost like costumes for me now. I've got a few of them, but you know, there are two that are actually my favorite. This blue and red one, okay? So this is most of the time I could put them on, and I love putting them on, you know. But today, Lórí Facebook, and yes, lórí YouTube. This is meant to be a good news, by the way, because a lot of us actually follow this. When it happened, when we were reporting the harvest of human beings in Kaduna by the terrorists, remember? Well, they have managed to pay them some of the ransom. 137 of them have been released. But there are some stories behind that. Somebody said today was my wedding day. Really? I think I should order more. I should order more of this my clothes, right? And I should actually be dressing like this. Imagine somebody believing probably today is my birthday or my wedding anniversary. So Motide, now good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining me from. It is Mayegun Live. I was away yesterday and you probably didn't see much of me. And a lot has happened in the last, especially in the last 24 hours. But we'll start from the one that is, sort of at the top of it right now. And that is the release of the Kuriga, it's called, yes, Kuriga Schoolchildren kidnapped about 11 days ago. I mean, it was everywhere. 287 school children were kidnapped, plus their teachers, and then some of the staffs in the school. But when they did the head count, 287 school children were taken by the terrorists. But they were not the one who demanded for 40 trillion. No, they are not the one. This one's only demanded for 1 trillion naira for the entire captive, 287. The news in Nigeria today is that all the children have been rescued. But there are questions, so sure you get. In reality, the terrorists released 137. And from what we have gathered, 149 or 150 are still in the hands of the terrorists. But again, the media in Nigeria has reported that all the children have been released. The governor of Kaduna State, Sonny, has reported that all the children have been released. In fact, rescued, not released, rescued. The Thiefnubu's government has released a statement, right, congratulating the security agents for rescuing the children. But it is because Nigerians hardly have any real interest in who is kidnapped or who is freed or how you are released. Not many are actually interested. So therefore, politicians continue to play politics with it. But when you call them out, they will quickly say, oh, come on, don't play politics with it. Security is everyone's business. No, insecurity is APC's business because it is an industry. And you don't have to be a victim before you understand this. We have presented evidence of the culpability, the collusion of the criminals in government, the criminals in your security agencies and the rest of them, working with the terrorists in ensuring the successful transaction called the successful kidnapping, from the planning to execution to the kidnapping to the negotiation for ransom, to the payment of ransom, and to the release of the captives. You will see the hands of every security agent in Nigeria, the politicians themselves, and in most cases, right, since it is their business, they do not want it to die. Ask questions. That's where we always have problem with them. This is where we always get into problems with them. When you ask them questions, they always have narratives. It's a script. Sure, you get nice. It's like a script. You know, terrorists will walk straight into a community. They will kidnap en mass, like mass kidnappings. And successfully, they will move all their victims to a place. And then negotiation will begin. Then, like it is strict, okay? Then the children will be released, maybe not all of them. It happened in Chibok. It happened in Dapchi. It happened all over so many of these mass kidnappings. Not all the children are released. But the negotiation with the criminals who are writing the scripts, okay? The negotiation is taking off it. And most of the time, they change it to, we rescue them. But hang on, if you go and rescue people from people who kidnap them, does that not mean that you will arrested the kidnappers or kill them? It is only in Nigeria that Nigerian military will rescue kidnapped victims. And their kidnappers, they will not be found. They will not be seen. Here you get, only Nigeria. But because they were never rescued, it is called negotiation, pay ransom. So if they demanded for 1 trillion and Nigeria government under Thiefnubu, as well as a Kaduna government of APC, Egbekegbe, that actually allowed the kidnapping to take place in the first place, okay? So they paid them, right? Because kidnapping and ransom, by their law, you don't pay ransom to terrorists. But you know that's not true. They have to pay ransom, right? So they then came out and said, well, we will rescue them. That's what they said. Now, the script now is that they have been rescued. So if you dare ask how many of them, and when they were rescued, did the terrorists abandon them and run away? Or the word rescue means you have to take them from their kidnappers. It is not that they gave them to you. It's not like they, abandoned them. No, you rescue them by taking them from the kidnappers, Abi. But they did not. And because they are very dishonest, you will never know how much of your money has been paid to these terrorists and why the entire kidnapped children were not released. You know something, right? During the Chibok saga, when it didn't come to the public per se at the time, until when Dapchi happened. When they kidnapped the school children in Dapchi in Yobe State, and the negotiation started, okay, under Boko Haram. The terrorist governor from northern Nigeria, as well as Boko Haram's team, they were actually negotiating for the release of the Muslim students. Any child, all the children who were Muslims, right? They were ready to pay their ransom. That was why that girl, can you remind me of her name again? That little girl that got left with the terrorist. That was how that happened. And many more like that. That the moment, if you are a Christian, if your parents were Christian and you get kidnapped in your school, you are not likely going to be freed. Ever. If your child is kidnapped in northern Nigeria by the terrorists, okay, and they happen to be Christian, like from Christian home, you are likely never going to see them again. Because they have to convert them to Islam. And converting them to Islam means they will have to marry them up to one of the terrorists. God bless you, Leah Sharibu. Now, Leah Sharibu was from that Dapchi when they kidnapped all those school children from Dapchi. Now, Leah, when they negotiated for all of the school children, Leah was left behind because according to them, Leah was a Christian and Leah won't denounce her religion. So because of this, they could not negotiate for her release because she's been sold and married off to one of the terrorists as a wife. So you get. So like I said, the script is pretty much like the way they want us to follow it. Oh, school children have been kidnapped. Oh, why would that happen? How could they let that happen? Then the next day, say, oh yeah, we are going to get them back. Then everything behind all of that you won't know. And this is how they have always been using your money to fund terrorism. And that is why they wouldn't want any serious military action against the terrorists. because they are sponsor. Those who are using them, funding them, they are the same set of people who are also trying to work out peace for Nigeria. And every peace option or suggestion they have given, they've always been on how we can kneel down and bow down for the terrorists' wishes. That is why. So by this time tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, you'll begin to now hear the full story. And then you'll be asking yourself, but we thought you said they released all of them. What happened to the remaining over 140 that you cannot really account for? And now they will change the story. They will change it. Oh, we are still working on that. But meanwhile, they are praising Thiefnubu right now. President Thiefnubu and all the security agents, everybody that have been working from, you know what I mean? All of us have been working overnight every day to get the girls back. Shut up, man. They took them. Sure, you understand? Your Nigerian system is so corrupt that every kidnapping that is taking place in Nigeria is government sponsored. Government doesn't have to kidnap the children themselves. All they needed to do is just to look away. Just look away. Or create a distraction. Sure, you get? By trying to make people realize, see that, oh, the Eastern Nigeria, oh, the Western Nigeria, those who are asking for Biafra, those who are asking for Ududua, they are more dangerous than those who are kidnapping your children, who are kidnapping children and forcing them into marriages, Islamic conversion, forceful conversion. And guess what? All these terrorists are not seen as terrorists per se. They are seen as a disgruntled brothers from northern Nigeria. Now, disgruntled means they are just angry and upset. Here you get. But if you dare say you want to leave Nigeria, you are more dangerous than the Fulani terrorists or the Boko Haram terrorists that are kidnapping children, raping them, and at the same time, selling them off as slaves. And in return, there is an already established corridor for them, Operation Safe Corridor. And that is the corridor where behind the scene, okay, when they put it under security vote, the money they ferry straight to the hands of the gun runners, the terrorist gun suppliers, drug suppliers, and including those who are shielding them as well. So this money can be put under security vote, and nobody will have to ask any question. You know why they said you can't ask them how they spend the security vote? It is because the people that created the insecurity, they want you to believe that they are also the same people who are working to stop it, which is totally impossible. And this is what this is all about now. Then you need to see the faces of these children. They subjected children into their dirty religious, political, and power game. Baba, that is what Nigeria has become. Oh. And this is how evil the northern politicians are. You see, we know say Nigerian politicians are very evil. But you see the level of evil and darkness that is in the heart of the northern politicians, especially the northern Sharia politicians. Their heart is so dark and dead that they will use children in their political power game, which is what this is all about. They will harm terrorists, cover them and protect them, okay? And begin to negotiate with this country on their behalf. In Nigeria today, the place where children can be kidnapped, raped, and forced to have their children by terrorists that will actually never really stand any trial. Now, the region that condone this is also the region that will tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is more dangerous than this, murderous Sahel, Fulani, terrorists, and their Boko Haram counterparts comprising of the Kanuris, the Hausas, and few others from that axis too. They protect them, but look at the crime they are committing. Look at that. You actually need to see the faces of those children. I probably have no clue what they have subjected them to. You know, dusty, worn out, tired children. In everything, in everything is from time immemorial, right? In every madness of adults in history, there's always a reservation where they will say, we must protect the women and children. There's actually, what do you call it? The rule of engagement, the military rule of engagement that also spell this out too. You must protect women and children. It is so important. Like if you are mad, but when you are in a place where children are subjected to sodomy, are subjected to rape, are subjected to forceful marriages, are subjected to so many things that look so normal. And if you dare challenge it, you are considered as a blasphemer. How dare you challenge that? Now, the region that normalized all of this have the leaders that do not give a damn if they have to trade in the lives of children, women, the vulnerable people, the people that need real protection. They become the pawn on the table of these murderous, mad people. And then when they write the script, they also want, at least they love the limelight every now and then. You know, they write the script, kidnap the school children, kidnap everyone they can kidnap from everywhere. And then they will then stand as mediators. So when terrorists demand trillion, that's not money individuals will pay. You know what I mean? That is the money that the state will have to pay. But they can't tell you. They can't say that to you. Okay? So the terrorists, the terrorism in Nigeria and their sponsor, they found a very, very, rich gold mine. The easy access to the Nigeria treasury. The easy access to have a part share. To have a part share in the, what you can call the commonwealth of the country, but violently. So let me explain that to you. Since this terrorism started, and as we are all aware, so Latu Aruno gave me a super chat because of my regalia. So this look more regalia. Regalia can be, yeah, it looks more rega or royal. Anyway, so let me just react to that your super chat for the fact that you put that up, okay, to appreciate this. Guys, sorry, I'm gonna let Latiaruno see the whole full length of that, right? So it's a very long one and it's quite classy too, okay? And thank you very much. Right. Latu, God bless you. So talking about the industry that has now been opened and how terrorists managed through their sponsor to gain access into not only into the national purse of Nigeria, they actually went straight into the pocket and the savings of ordinary Nigerians. And historically, northern Nigeria has been so mismanaged that whenever they put Nigeria on the map as poor, the poor country, developing country. So it is this northern Nigeria and the mismanagement of that region by their criminal jihadist, terrorist, Islamic terrorist leaders, okay? Mismanagement of that, normalizing poverty, weaponizing it to their own advantage and all that. They've always been why Nigeria remain on the map as the poverty capital of the world. But do you even understand the damages the terrorists also did in all of this? See, people in northern Nigeria, Muslims or Christians or it doesn't matter. You see, apart from people being killed, I'm talking about how people are losing their own life savings. They are losing all of their resources. They are selling their properties, selling their land, selling whatever they can sell. as quick as possible, as cheap as possible, so as to pay ransom to terrorists for the past 12 years. You get what I mean? For the past 12 years, people have been selling their properties in northern Nigeria to pay terrorists, to pay ransom. And that is what made the Nigerian terrorist industry or terrorism industry, like tourism. Now, that is why Nigeria don't get tourism industry anymore. Nigeria have terrorism industry. Did you know that? Because the terrorists have managed to break in. The system of Nigeria allowed them to take ransoms from Nigerians. Terrorists will be calling the families, the relatives of their victims. They will be negotiating how to bring ransoms. Tens of millions of naira. Millions and millions and millions of naira. People were selling their properties cheaply to save the lives of their loved ones. Not many of them are always lucky. After collecting the ransoms from them, in most cases, they still kill their victims. All of this, people will tell you that, like, people are at the mercy of terrorists. This is from the private people where hundreds, like trillions of naira have ended up in the hands of terrorists in Nigeria as ransom, untraceable. Not because they are not traceable, but nobody is tracing them, right? Then on the part of the government, we have no idea, we have no clue how much money that the criminals, especially from northern Nigeria, that they have given to terrorists. Let me give you an example. In 2020, 2021, okay, you know Matawale, the Matawale that is now the Minister for Defense State under Thiefnubu. Matawale spent 750 million naira on repented terrorists. You know, they are rehabilitating terrorists in Nigeria. They are not really rehabilitating them, just give them money once, and once the money stops, they go back to terrorism. It's pretty much profitable that way. Matawale from Zamfara, the guy single-handedly empowered the terrorists that took over Zamfara state. Baba, the guy spent 4 years as governor, okay? Year one of being governor, all right? The terrorists, the Fulani terrorists, they took over his states. They were killing farmers. You know why? Because they were told that there were gold under those farms, gold. So they started destroying farms and killing farmers, looking for the gold. They started digging different kinds of, mines across the farms in Zamfara states. You know what he did? He called them. He gave them trucks, like all those Hilux trucks, right? He was dashing repentant terrorists. 5 million naira plus one Hilux truck in Zamfara. Some of the areas where Boko Haram have destroyed the communities and wreak havoc. Some of the communities will see the repentant terrorists who just came back. Because some of them were saying that majority of people who killed or attacked their communities, they were known people. It's like when you know this couple of kids, right? And then suddenly they just disappeared and you don't see them again. A year or two after that, Boko Haram come to attack your village and you see the boys from your town. You see them among the Boko Haram with AK-47, shouting Allah Akbar, killing everybody. So yeah, you survive. Only for you to, 2 years or so later, that guy is now a repentant terrorist. He's now driving Hilux around your village. Woo, woo, shooting gun, bah, oh, bah, because they are repentant, okay? So, like people were able to see those who killed their parents, who killed their family members. They came back to the community. In that same Zamfara, Matawale. Later, they said Matawale was not giving them money. This guy was giving amnesty to terrorists, okay? And he was milking it. He said he spent over 2 billion naira on repentant terrorists in Zamfara. He now told the terrorists that every gold that they extract from those land that they've killed the farmers, destroyed the farms, every gold they managed to get out there, he will buy it from them. So he became the Lord of Gold for terrorists. So the terrorists then, who are now controlling different farms as their own minds. So people were there. All the videos are online. This is like old story, okay? So he was governor. So all these farms, places that were supposed to be farms, they turned to mines where they were picking gold, drilling, after killing some of the farmers or chasing some of them away. So he collected all the gold and he told them, this gold is Zamfara gold. And we are going to keep all of this gold in UAE Bank. So they took the gold to Dubai. That same Dubai is the place where this guy, he has about 4 wives. Okay? Well, 2 officially and 1 in America. So anyway, Matawale as governor already bought houses for his wives in Dubai. Okay? As governor. He is already sort of building life for his family in UAE. So now that Zamfara has gold, apart from the money from the Federation account he's been collecting, this is gold. Omo Ogbeni Park or the gold. Today he is the Minister of Defense in Nigeria. I don't know if Zamfara people can ask him, sorry, where is our gold? How much is our gold that you took to Dubai? They will tell them, which gold? Which gold? This is a private business, private company. It has nothing to do with Zamfara. Zamfara only have 5% stake in it. They will change the story. But anyway, the long story is this. Person will spend 2 billion, will take empower terrorists in one single state. Now count 19 of them. Count 19, including Middle Belt. Because you see those ones in Middle Belt. Now Olori Buruku governors, plenty there too. You know something? Nigeria is such a fraud, all right, that when it is politically convenient, they will tell you Northern Nigeria is bigger than Southern Nigeria. And guess where they are calling Northern Nigeria? Including the Middle Belt. People who have no connection, no relationship with Fulani, Hausa, or the rest of them. We are talking about the TVs, the Berobs, the Jokuns, the real people of the owner of the Middle Belt parts of Nigeria. But when it's politically convenient, they will say they belong to the Northern Nigeria. Therefore, Northern Nigeria have 19 states. 19 states in Northern Nigeria, including Middle Belt part of Nigeria. But when the terrorists who are killing and killing the infidels, the terrorists who are using religion to try to take over people's ancestral land, the terrorists who are using religion, Islam, to threaten and spread fear and terror in the Middle Belt part of Nigeria, when they are killing everybody in that Middle Belt, attacking, killing, from Benue to Taraba, from Taraba to Kaduna, from Kaduna to Plateau, Jos, from Jos, where to again? In that Middle Belt, when they kill, they will remember that they are part of the North. Oh, we are one big North. So when the people of the Middle Belt now started saying, we are not Northerners, we are Middle Beltans, stop calling us Northerners. Then the Northerner, the Hausa Fulani started coming out to say, the Hausas, the Fulanis, they're like, people are trying to divide us. You cannot divide the North. Oh, Benny. Everybody will find out and know where and all, yeah? But anyway, they are governors. Bunch of rogues and criminals too, okay? They would rather negotiate with the terrorists because they do not want to offend possibly their supposed political masters. This is how they fund terrorism in Nigeria. This is how they try to placate. They tell you something, but they do something different, right? So I'll show you some of the videos of the blah, 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 blah. Like how they welcome the 137, or maybe that is the first batch. We'll have to wait for the second batch. So why do you have to tell everybody that the children have been freed? Where are the parents of the children, Seth? Have they tried so much to kind of bury them or what? I mean, okay. Let's go to that Kaduna. This was them when they were waiting for them. It is the cash out part 1. Using children in your dirty, stinky, dark politics. And then come around and praise yourself and say, oh, we did a great job, a very wonderful job. Oh, Mr. President, you are the best. Your leadership has brought the children back. We are so grateful. You are saying all of that to the people, right? But the terrorists are there now counting. How much is that, Abu? That's 150 million. Okay. Now, I need 20 people to count that one. They said everything is 500 million. So 150 million, yeah? Yes, 150 million. Oh yeah, you. Go and count that one. So why these criminals are dramatizing for you, giving themselves, pat on the back and clapping for themselves for using children in their dirty politics, okay? Yeah, the terrorists are counting the money right now in the forest. That must be a lot of money. Here, they even had numbers of, they said Thiefnubu has sent the number of policemen to come and provide security for the people of, God damn it, man. Now, take a look at this, okay? These are the policemen, supposed Kaduna policemen. Oh. But when they reported, they said, we are arriving on the order of the Inspector General of Police, as well as the Mr. President, to come and provide security for the people of Kaduna as part of the drama and the scripts, okay? Watch this. Where were they when 287 children were conveniently taken away? And they were taken away successfully, that they were kept on notice for over 11 days.
Special intervention report from First Secretary of Education. It's a message from the Inspector General of Police. I have a message here, sir. And here we have 200 Special Intervention Squad officers trained for Kaduna Command and returned to command for deployment as the command and Your Excellency deems fit. We also have 2 new APCs deployed to Kaduna by the Inspector General of Police, and I'm here to hand over this to you, sir. Oga. noticing that.
See the zombies, the sufayos. You know, when we watch all those Asian films back in the days, that one person would just be like, beat like 1,000 sufayos. It's like, wah, ha, pa, pa. And then you will see the act, it would have beaten like about maybe 500. And you think that's it, is one. Another 5,000 would just rush. They are the sufayos. They are all down. These are the mugus whose only business and their area of expertise in our extortion. If you they see the face of the ones, they just, it's all part of the drama. Here you get, it's part of the script. Make it look like, make it look like, we are working on you. There's no room for terrorists. There's no, now ordinary gra. Because the terrorism, they are the people behind it. You see those ones, they are the superheroes that their boys, their terrorist boys will kidnap and kill some of them. And those ones who are lucky, they'll find their way back to Abuja where they brought them, or find their way to Kaduna instead of all those areas, the rural areas. No. I know what I am saying. You need to see it on their faces. Now those ones won't go combat a terrorist. But it's part of the whole optic to make it look like, yeah, we are ready. Thiefnubu has ordered, police IG has ordered us to come here. So we are here to hand over these men. Then the governor himself, where I expected him to tell everybody that we've only gotten 137. That's how much our money could get back for now. But we are still working on the rest because every life matters. But no, the impression they are giving everybody right now is that, they've gotten all the children. All of them, they have released all of them. Because this guy says so.
I would like to thank my brother, Insecurity of Police, who have fulfilled his promise when he visited us last week after the unfortunate incident that happened in Kuriga. When he visited us, he promised us that he's going to send special intervention squad who were trained and now return back to Kaduna to help us in addressing the problem of security in the state. Here, we are happy to the Inspection of Police have given us 2 APCs, and it will go a long way in really helping us in addressing the problem of security, because like I said, we need more personnel on ground, we need more boots on ground, and now that we have 2 more APCs in Kaduna, I believe Police Command in Kaduna will certainly have something to use that will certainly help us in reaching out to some of the very critical areas that need security attention. I also want to commend the Inspection of Police for helping us in sending a full squad of mobile police that were deployed to Kuriga community last week. As we are speaking, we have a full mobile squad also in Kuriga. I also want to commend him for supporting us to see that we bring back our children who were adopted from Kuriga community. I'm happy that they are back home now. They are with us, and police have played a major role in bringing these children back home. I want to thank the IG. I want to thank all the security agencies. I want to especially thank President Tinubu, the National Security Advisor, Malam Badu, the Chief of Defense Staff, my brother, General Christopher Musa, the Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of the Air Staff, as well as the Director General of the State Security Service, as well as my own brother, Malam Bichi, who is the head of State Service in the whole of the country. He has done a lot in helping us, and we're grateful for everyone who have supported the state government in ensuring that we bring our children back home safely. I want to thank everyone. I would like to.
They brought our children back safely. Of course, they are not your children, madman. None of you will play politics with the lives of your children the way you do with the lives of those you've impoverished and therefore weaponize the poverty. But it is Nigeria. Our children, you won't treat your children like that. Nobody treats what they love the way criminals in Nigeria treat Nigerians. You don't treat what you love that way. Anyway, on the side, they are making it look like they have rescued all of the children. And that is what is really sad about this whole thing. I was watching every clip I could get and all that. And the soldiers, listen to this. The soldiers came out and said it was only 137 children that they got back. The politicians, the governor of Kaduna, okay, and all those drama they showed up there, right? They are running with the story of the children are back. And because of the oath they have on the Nigeria media, that is going to be the final. If you tell them, but there are other children and all of that, they'll say, no, there is no evidence of that because the politicians already said the children are back. Then maybe 3-4 days later, now you will now hear that no be all of them. And they will now tell you, they will say, but we didn't say all of them now. This is the dangerous game they play with the lives of children in Nigeria. I do not see how I will ever actually, for any reason, respect or like any of these guys. Their ways are so dark and mean. They are selfish, self-centered, of course, and that simply means everything else doesn't matter but themselves. Sad, right? So we hope the people who paid for the release of these children, we hope they will pay the balance or rescue others. Because, Baba, you don't see when you say you rescue somebody, it is either you kill the people that took them or you arrest them. You know that's rescue operation. Rescue operation is to say, oh, finally we have rescued you. And those who kept you hostage, they are already dead. Or we have arrested them. That is called rescue operation. But every time they tell you they've rescued them or they blah, 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 you never see the terrorists they rescued the children from. Have you ever seen them? Have you ever seen anyone arrested for kidnapping for kidnapping children in Nigeria? And say, okay, we have rescued the children and we have arrested their kidnappers. Have you ever heard of that before? That's when you will know that you have to pay ransom to get any of those ones that you have right now. And if you want the rest, you have to pay the balance of the ransom. But politicians are not honest. They are not honest with you, right? And that's when you will know that they have no plan of ending terrorism in Nigeria. If they cannot tell you the truth, if they cannot tell you how vulnerable they have become, because they make the system vulnerable. They make themselves vulnerable. They make themselves available for the terrorists that they created and funding. Oh, there's nothing we can do. Oh, there's nothing we can do. We cannot just go in there and then, gun blazing to rescue the kidnapped. We need to care about the lives of the abducted. Come on. The same people will go into a community where nobody is kidnapped or nobody is abducted, and they will say, oh yeah, they are looking for this or looking for that. They will gun down the entire village, including women and children. It's a different rules for different, it's different stroke for different folks, right? it is. But I have never seen them arrest people they rescue people from. Okay? And, well, only for those who believe they rescue anybody anyway. But I hope the ransom paid is not by the parent of the children, because I don't think they can even afford any goddamn shishi. The politicians who wanted the money, they've walked behind the scene, pull out the money, take the cut and all of that, and that's it. Business done. If you want the rest of them, we'll have to bring more money from Abuja. And that's what something like Koolu would like to do, so that they can say Koolu rescued the children he couldn't protect. A country that couldn't provide security for our own citizens, including children. But that same country wants you to celebrate after terrorists have been paid ransom, to celebrate that the children have been released, less than half of them. It is a failed country, okay? We just want you to remember that. So somebody said I look snacky. My lady Lizzie, I have no idea what you mean by that. Too. Like I look snacky, like something you can actually put a ketchup on, right? And just munch. Somebody said that I look snacky in my attire. And I'm like, I saw the comment. I was like, what is snacky? Snacks. That's something you just have to like put, just chop. How can I look snacky in native? Like, come on. So let's take it easy, right? So going forward, we will be monitoring this, okay? And we can let them have their moment before the cameras, okay? Lying through their teeth, right? But you know something? You have to kind of have more lies to cover the lies you are telling now by tomorrow and the day after, and then the one after and the one after that, okay? So then we need to manufacture more lies. Because this same afternoon, on Sunday, we have been told that a military post, a military barracks in Yobe State have been attacked, Dapchi and this area. What's the name of the area again? I'll go check. So the area is a Guji, I think it's called Guji community, in Yobe State. Give me a sec. Rescued and all that. Okay. And then we have this. Good. And from what we have heard, they have already killed some soldiers there. Others took to their heels and ran away. 2 soldiers have already been killed. The details of that is going to pop up even more, either later tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Okay. I know that part of the rage right now is that the Nigerian Army or Nigerian soldiers were killed by their fellow soldiers who are doing bunkering in Niger Delta region. But somehow they are doing everything day and night to pin it on the people of Okwama community and other communities as well in Bayelsa. But it seems that it is obvious, okay, that the only people who could actually carry out that kind of killings, heinous crime against themselves, are those who feel threatened by what they said those guys were there for. I mean, they said they were there, the slain soldiers, they were there to curb or stop oil bunkering, which is the deal in that axis, okay? So the only people who probably, I believe, who felt threatened that they are coming to stop their business, you know what I mean, right? So coming to stop their business will be their fellow colleagues who are doing bunkering there. Those who are working for Tumpolo and those who are not working for Tumpolo. So because they do not want anybody to really find out what happened, the crimes they committed or the crimes they are committing in that part of Nigeria. So they make that the news now, slaying soldiers. We must, nobody can kill soldiers. Somebody don't kill 2 soldiers for you now. What are you going to do? What's your soldiers going to do? What's your army going to do? They go to Yobe State and begin to clear the entire community. At least you are aware of those who attacked them, the Boko Haram. And they killed 2 of them, injured many, others took to their heels, and all their guns, weapons in that place have been packed and taken away right now. You're not going to have them or the entire village wiped out like they have done to the people of Okwama, where they have burned their properties, burned people, including people who are bedridden in their homes. 3 people were burnt inside their houses. They were bedridden. They couldn't come out. 2 of them were so old, over 80 and 90 years old. 2 were burnt inside their houses by Nigerian Army. They burnt them inside the houses. When people were running away, their family members they couldn't run. True story. All of these have been hidden from the public. The area has been condoned of, but they want you to believe that the people of Okwama carried out the killings of a major general, a lieutenant colonel, 2 major generals, 1 captain, and then about 12 or 13 corporal soldiers or soldiers. Here you get. But in Yobe right now, even before Yobe, right? I think it was yesterday as well that they found the bodies of, was it yesterday or 2 days ago? I'm not sure. I think it was this past week anyway. I am not sure precisely, okay? But they found, you know how many bodies of policemen they found? They found 3 bodies of, they found 6 bodies of Nigerian policemen in Owerri yesterday. Baba, they bombed Nigeria police van. Yeah. Unknown gunmen, unknown terrorists, as they say, but they turn it around and say, because once they tell you they've been building profile to make you believe that, any criminal activities against this, the terror group called the Nigerian Army or the police or whatever in the eastern part of Nigeria is expected to have been carried out automatically by the IPOB or ESN and all of that. They've been building profile around this. So when their media want to release stories of such, right? No investigation is needed. Nothing need to be checked. Just go out there and say it's IPOB and then ESN, so that can continue to justify why innocent people are being slaughtered, kidnapped, and made disappear in eastern part of Nigeria. Here you get now. So 3 policemen died. Their truck got burned, right? And their media already they're already flying that it's IPOB, it's ESN. In fact, I even read it somewhere where they said they declared Simon Nepa wanted for sponsoring terrorism, right? And then there's this other guy, this guy who kind of was acting in place of Mazin Namdekanu between their, what do you call that, IPOB, DOS, I think, right? Department of State is called, okay? Why did I forget his name now? All of these are based on the profile that this criminal entity called Nigeria has been building in eastern Nigeria, okay? They have been building that with their own armed terrorists that they call unknown gunmen, unknown this, unknown that, okay? And if you look at them very well, okay? When the unknown gunmen broke into Owerri prison, the operation, the cooperation, the everything will tell you that the state is behind it, okay? So, but immediately after, without investigation, without nothing, the police came out and said it's ESN, it's IPOB. But when we begin to put all of the theories together, and they realized that it didn't make any sense, so they came out. Hopeless Odigba came out and said, no, IPOB couldn't have carried that out. Or they believe that IPOB must have invited the people who carried out the operation. I have all the videos, so this is not like a makeup or trying to defend IPOB here. We're talking about the conspiracy they have been building for years now. Here you get the momentum they have been trying to build and build in your mind. Some people is working. There's nothing you can tell some people that IPOB, ESN has nothing to do with the insecurity in eastern Nigeria. There's nothing you can tell them that they will believe. And don't blame them. Nigeria spends so much money in building this momentum, in building the propaganda around it, in ensuring that even if just few of you believe it is enough for them, all they needed is just your validation to confirm that, yes, people, the act of terror in eastern Nigeria must have been that of IPOB. But you know something, the way I said that they do not care whether you believe or not, only few people just to believe. So they can run with that, is that before they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, there was never a single incident of insecurity in eastern part of Nigeria. All of the propaganda, all the money they were spending they're spending on the lobbyists in America to tell them that IPOB has potential to become a terror organization. This was what Boko Haram's government was telling America. And at the same time, they are telling America that they cannot proscribe Fulani terrorists as terrorist organization. So, but they are trying to convince Americans that even though IPOB is not violent, they are not violent yet. They are not this yet.
but their leader, the way he talks, the way he speaks, and all of that, they believe that very soon they will become violent, and America should try and turn them, declare them a terror organization. True story, Baba, true story. They spend so much money to try and build a momentum to say IPOB is violent, but they couldn't. They couldn't really build it until now that they've successfully created the armed groups who continue to shout IPOB, shouting Nnamdi Kanu, oh, we are going to kill everybody if you don't release Nnamdi Kanu. And these are guys who ordinarily don't like Nnamdi Kanu. Do you understand? These are people who ordinarily don't like Nnamdi Kanu. But suddenly, with the system that wants things to look like, oh, IPOB is violent, oh, the unknown gunmen must be IPOB, it must be them. They will probably forget that no matter how strong voice Nnamdi Kanu was, right? There was never a single harassment. There was never a single incident of insecurity in eastern Nigeria. And the policemen, yes, people don't like police, but in eastern part of Nigeria, it was no single attack or anything. In fact, when they went to his family and his father's house, where they killed 28 people, just before they finally gained access to his compound and tried to kill him. Even after that, there was never any form of violence in eastern Nigeria. All of this didn't work out they planned. They wanted the violence. They wanted them to react. They wanted them to pick guns. They wanted them so that they can now go and tell the world and say, Shebi, we told you years ago that they will be violent. You know? So why am I saying all of this to you? I am saying them to you because there are those in Nigeria today who believe that IPOB is more dangerous, right, than the Fulani terrorists that are kidnapping and killing people in Nigeria, because the government propaganda machine in Nigeria did a number on them for years now. So today, there's nothing you can tell some people. They would, no. They will tell you, no. The IPOB lost me when they started. They believe that IPOB is responsible for some of this violence, when there is actually no single proof to say, yes, it is. Okay? So even when they went on to the Delta states, the initial thing that the Ronukus initially thought, because we call these all distractions just to make it look more like the killings, the kidnappings, the beheadings, the jihadism, all this mass stuff right happening in northern Nigeria, they are not, they'll say, oh, they are happening in the southern part of Nigeria too. We know this, the one happening in northern Nigeria is state-sponsored. Government of Nigeria, the criminals in government, the criminals in security agencies and all of them, they are those ensuring that the industry, terrorism industry in northern Nigeria flourishes. In fact, they have been exporting them to the rest of Nigeria. But they don't want us to be shouting them alone. They want us to shout others too. And therefore, they have created the artificial, what have you, and they are now declaring individuals wanted for terrorism. The Nnamdi Kanu, they locked up. Okay? It's been 33 months. 33 months. In the next 2 months, it's going to be 36 months. That's going to be 3 years that they have locked him up in their, it's been in their kitty. They couldn't produce one single evidence. The act of terrorism that they charge, the act of treason they charge him with, they've dropped that. Initially, they said treason. They said they wanted to overthrow the government of Boko Haram by making himself the president of Nigeria. In case if you don't know that, that's what they charge Nnamdi Kanu for. They wanted to overthrow Boko Haram. He was instigating the citizens against Boko Haram to remove him from government. So when that didn't fly, they've dropped it. Now they are charging him with terrorism. Terrorism to say, oh, he's been encouraging act of terror in eastern Nigeria. And since they couldn't really have that to attach your name, they can look for others to just add them to it and make it look real, but with no real evidence than what you have read. What you are saying out there. And some idiot claiming responsibility for what they have no clue about. Or maybe becoming a sociopath themselves when they've probably like, okay, if they say we are this or that, okay, then we are going to do it and all that. I don't know. Or idiotas trying to be relevant, claiming responsibility for criminal activities that the state, the Nigerian government practically set up themselves. Okay? The act of terror, the act of criminality that never existed when Nnamdi Kanu was out here. Even when they tried to kill him, all this madness didn't exist. But suddenly, you kidnapped him. And then he was suddenly, you begin to have different faces, different idiots camping up in different places and taking, we are going to take Nigeria down. We are, and all of that. Just trying to build momentum that will say, yes, we told you IPOB is a terrorist. So now let us have more authority of killing them. That's why I hate it when people take responsibility for what they have no clue about, because typically Nigerians want to see their oppressors suffer. Suffer, yes, kill them. You have no idea that you are claiming responsibility for what they already set up themselves. What they wanted is your acknowledgement of it, own it, so that they can say, yeah, it was you. And then they can now say, yeah, should be you, they see that one, should be you, they hear what they said. We told you that's who they, I've seen that many times for what it is, okay? So I heard that what you would do now is that if they declare you wanted in Nigeria, you self-declare them wanted. And if anybody declare you wanted, Mayegun is hereby declared wanted. Yourself go declare you wanted. So we can put money on top of ourselves and say, if you see Thiefnubu anywhere, say if you see Mayegun anywhere, report to the nearest police station. Say, no, if you see Thiefnubu anywhere, arrest her and bring them to me. Everybody will come to hunt everybody. I'm just saying, okay? It is what the shithole has become. And it's just for everybody to understand the fact that you can easily be played. I swear you can be played by the system. Especially when people you don't like. We can't like everybody, right? But, people you don't like, if they are accused of something, you don't like them, so it must be true. And that's how you can get played, okay? Because what they are looking for is to have enough people to say what you are going to do to him is justified. There are so many people who don't like, who don't really like Nnamdi Kanu. So they don't care whether he's innocent or is innocent. They don't like him. So since they don't like him, right, whatever has been done to him is fine. He deserves it. It must be that because they don't like him. And that is why the oppressors have been very bold. Okay? They will say, but do you not hear what people are even saying? There are people who said that normally we should have killed him. So that means we are even still being merciful by not killing him. Some people actually will say we should. I mean, I saw people who said that the government of Nigeria should have killed Sowore. And I'm like, what did he do? What did Sowore do? I just don't like him. I don't like that guy. That guy is always like, it's always what? Always what? That you have look at them and you're like, they should have fired and shot and killed him. Abba. I've heard people say that. I have seen people who boldly say, the Nigerian government is just wasting time. They are just supposed to sentence Nnamdi Kanu to death and just kill him. I'm like, kill him for what? Tell me, like, kill him for what? Can't you see all these things that is going on in Eastern Nigeria? I mean, somebody that is trying to break up Nigeria. Papa, she will buy. Like, I have asked people like that to like, are you sure say you know be weary like this? People you don't like. Okay? If they die, yeah, I said they should die. Yes, now. I'm like, man, it is Nigeria, sure you get. So, and that is all your oppressors need. The oppressors need to be sure to know that there are people who feel like them. There are people who justifies the injustice that they will met at others. And the terrorists are, your criminal government, okay? They are now the ones who can now tell you which one is extreme, which one is severe, which one is serious, like extreme, serious, severe. I think they are all the same. Sure, they will tell you which crime is a crime that it's not that serious. the crime of killing farmers, beheading them, okay? It's not good. It's not, we are not saying it's bad, but it's not that serious. Compare that to somebody who wants to break Nigeria. Can you even imagine? Can you imagine that somebody wants to break Nigeria? We can't let that happen. Say, why are you so tense? Why are you like worked up? Like, we can't let that happen. You are not worked up. You are not tense that people are being killed and kidnapped by those who are claiming religious supremacy. You are not bothered. But you are tensed. You are tense, like, oh dear, no, this is the wrong place. This is the wrong country, man. No. We can't coexist this way, okay? So that is why you I mean, you know, we will continue to enlighten every one of us, okay? So that the numbers they have done on you, it's very strong. I promise you, it's very strong. Sometimes you won't find out until you actually encounter somebody who point out for you, okay? So on Mayegun's Diary Political, though, we are doing well. We are doing well in trying to make people understand when they are being used and by who and against who. And in most cases, when you are used, it is against yourself. Honestly, you know, when you believe what this rogue says to you or tells you, then what happens is that you will be used or you'll be the loser. It's against yourself against yourself. Ask everyone who has been supporting the roguish criminal government in Nigeria. They've always been the victims of it too. Yeah, all of us are victims, of course, but I mean, those who support them, those who sweated for them, those who killed people for them, they end up in the old shithole as well, right? They share in the failure. So they are victims too. Now, I want to possibly take you around where Obi has been. I don't know if some of you have been seeing Peter Obi lately, right? Okay. You see, when he first started, Peter Obi was doing Ramadan. It was found, I mean, they saw him in Yanya, in Abuja, where he was seen at an iftar. Iftar is a breaking of fast during Ramadan, okay? So, and a lot of people were like, oh, well, number one, the election no date now. So nobody can say he's going to the mosque because of election. But people are not naive. People are not stupid, right? Because Peter Obi still have his strong supporters. I swear, it's like his supporters are even like increasing. You know me, I observe everywhere. Sure, you get. And supporters, past supporters, like I'm talking about people who actually really believe in him. It's like he's becoming a symbol of theirs that they are saying is a political party. So don't be naive. Peter Obi is already working towards 2027. He continued to ride on the wave of the obedience. And this time around, he seems to have started annoying the people that were mocking him. Because it was all mockery. Initially, they were like, you go everywhere, tire. If they try to impress this or that, if they try to rebuild bridges. They say Peter Obi, they build bridges. No vex. So I'm gone. I wanted to ask, what do you say to this audio? Is this still going back and forth, or is perfectly like okay? Because I have been using this now for the past 75 minutes. I want to hear you, okay? Because this might be me from now on. I do not really have to get too close to the bigger microphone there, right? And we will still have a perfect audio. So I need you to tell me what you see. See, when I move back and forth, like I am now far away from my original microphone, okay? So tell me, do you have any problem with the audio at all? I should be hearing that myself, but the way I dress for here, man, no lie you, it go day hard to check. Loud and clear. God bless you. So like I said, it was like a mockery. When I say a mockery, it was like, what's this guy did? What's he doing? There is no election now. So who are you trying to impress? So then from mockery, it started changing to Koolu. Will I say this guy is up to something? And from nowhere, this Fayose's statement resurfaced again on the internet. And this was last year when they announced Thiefnubu, where Mamudu Yakub announced Thiefnubu as your president-elect. This is what Babala die Fayose.
Excuse me, sir.
It's
This Peter Obi, I've told you, this Peter Obi, anybody who becomes president of Nigeria and does not give a right of place, I'm not saying an appointment for Peter Obi, Peter Obi will remove that person from office in another election. Mark my words.
So are you saying this same wave?
This same wave will not
can
stop.
be repeated.
This same wave, this Peter Obi, the people supporting him, the Peter Obi that I know, after this general election, they will continue.
Even though the next cycle of elections is in 4 years.
I'm telling you, those guys, excuse me, sir.
So that is Fayose. And it's actually like foul, you know. Fayose is one crooked criminal man. Is such a very crooked criminal. Okay, so Fayose was planning to be governor of Ekiti. So he went to the drawing board, and he realized that the entire Ekiti state there's no government water, there's no drinking water. The entire Ekiti state, entire Ekiti. And this was in 2001. So by 2003, Fayose has become the household name, sharing water. You know what he was doing? Fayose will now call the, all those people where they drive water tanker. The water, do they have a name for them? Like big tanker or like big, not truck, okay? So Fayose has this as a scheme. So they will come twice in a week to supply water to some designated communities. Okay? So they'll bring it, everybody will get water, fill their houses, drink it, all of that. And that was how Fayose became a household name. So they didn't have to spend much. When Obasanjo was making deals with the Southwest governors in 2003, that they should support him for second term, all of them, they will return unopposed. That all the PDP governors in Southwest, PDP governorship candidates in Southwest, they were just there as camouflage, okay? Or if the AD governors support him, Obasanjo, all those people they are going to return. It was only Thiefnubu who did not fall for it. So he went on to keep spending money and bribing and keeps doling out serious cash, enough that he had to actually make pledges to some of the electoral officers, the judges, and the rest of them to ensure that he kept that Lagos. And that's why they will kill anybody. If they tell you the story of how they managed to keep that Lagos, you're going to say sometimes it was like Lagos is now the spoil of war. Whatever they make from Lagos now is from the effort, the fight they fought back then. If not, there will be history today. So it was only Thiefnubu. So Adebayo in Ekiti lost to Fayose. Now Fayose became governor. Now Fayose now opened a poultry. It was supposed to be the state poultry. He now invited Obasanjo to come and open up the poultry, the biggest poultry in Ekiti state. Okay? So when Obasanjo got there, Obasanjo is a farmer. So when Obasanjo got there, it was, as a president, he was going everywhere, seeing all the chickens and all of that. He was seeing all the whole thing. And at a point, midway inside the poultry, in the farm, Obasanjo now turned around and said, your own chicken, the shit, like, does your own chicken, your own chicken, the poo, That was the end of the tour. And in fact, that was the end of Obasanjo's state visit to Ekiti State. That same evening, Obasanjo returned to Abuja. A week after that, Obasanjo demanded for the removal of Fayose. Now, in the story long, now the boot of a car Payoshe, now boot of a car, they take smuggling out of Ekiti states. When Obasanjo's army arrived at Ekiti, Payoshe had to jump at the back of a boot in the government house because Obasanjo said they must bring him to Abuja in handcuffs. That madman, Obasanjo. Payoshe ran and he entered Ibadan from Ibadan. Alaye Japa. Sure, you get now. So that's why we call him a fowlish. That's a fowl. Fowls are chickens, aren't they? Fowlish. He's a criminal. But he's a politician. So he was talking about Peter Obi. So now let's go take a look where he's been and why they are more concerned now. So they said he was in Kebbi. He gave them borehole. It was in Lagos. Marcus Agege. It was in Sokoto. And he was actually in Kano too. And from there, I think he's been to Lafia in Nasarawa. He's been to Abuja. And he's been breaking fast here and there that some of these jihadists from northern Nigeria are beginning to say Peter Obi is working his way into the heartland of Arewa, and this is dangerous. I saw somebody say that. They say it's dangerous. I thought we're all supposed to be laughing at this clown Obi Abi. Okay, I'll go show you. We'll start from, I think, we'll go to Kirby. These are the youth from that area, okay? And then Obi himself. So I'll show you.
Peter Obi Azo Garanko. Peter Obi Azo Birnin Kebbi ya kawo mun alheri kuma Allah ubangiji ki taimaka shi Allah ya sa shi shugaban kasa. Amen. Wa kuma
ya Peter Obi Azo Birnin Kebbi ya gyara makarantun ne ya bohol ya abubuwa ya kawo abinci Allah ya mai president. Allah ya taimaki Peter Obi ya toro garin ga ya saka mishi Allah shi mai shugaban kasa ya mana abinci ya kawo abinci da haka muna godiya Allah shi mai shugaban
wai ya zo wai lokacin hazumi kuma ya zo zai breaking fast da ku kun ji daɗi ko ba ka ba
mun ji daɗi ya zo lokacin azumi
kuma Allah shi mai shugaban kasa
mun ji daɗin tuhuwa ta Allah shi president saboda ni dama shi Peter Obi mutumin muna ko last time da ya kawo kamfe ya zo fara sarki mun gaisa ya muna muna tare da 100 by 100 Obi aka magana Obi
wọ́n fẹ́ gba ẹni o unanka ọdẹ ṣiṣi abisi Peter Obi unanka abisi is food. The other ones I don't know. So here is their own, I don't know, this is the chief imam of Kirby for the area they went to. If you don't mind, here.
All the time they are even they relate to that. But you see sometimes they'll continue to talk and laugh. And they leave the whole idea dies down. So I was following with every to find out why it is. So that I can tell some, leave him to come. We are waiting. So, His Excellency is not a new name to me. Just when we are talking here, I remind him my past station of work was in. I told him 1966. They told him who was the battalion commander then. This Ejo was then after Fajui. Fajui was our battalion commander. And when he left, Ejo took over. So I have known every part of this country for security. This is how we do our life. We sit down together with several times to discuss. So I'm just surprised when he decided now to go around the country to tell us what our country and what we should do to make it a better country. One more now. honorable commissioners, you are distinguished colleagues, family, I wish to thank you for taking time to come with this distinguished passion to see us. And we have what is about our country, and that we should take note of it. The leaders should take note of what we are, what this our country has to make us prosperous. That's what he is telling us. We have planned large of it. I have young men who are strong enough, who are educated enough to make this country a better place. Taking this advice, Nigeria will be great. It is greater. Even now, when you go visit our countries, make sure that you are from Nigeria. You say you are a rich country. In my life, I have visited 30 countries. And all where what you see are prevalent, the other countries, they have it.
Anyway, that would be, I don't know, I think it's anemia. The way the guy look and the size of his own bed sheet when take crappy head. That look like it doesn't matter anyway. So yeah, he was there reminiscing his time in Eastern Nigeria when he worked there in Enugu. Good old days. Oh, good old days. Because you know, they said that the first councillor, is that the first councillor or the first mayor of Enugu City was an Hausa man from Kano. I can't remember his name. Yeah, the first, not first, but one time mayor of Enugu. Way back then. Yeah, that's him, Enugu. Was somebody from Hausa land. You know. But yeah, let's go to the part where after Kirby, okay, it was in Lagos. I'm not sure if this is that Kirby part, but let's go to that Maracas in Lagos, at the Maracas.
Time of this is the time. Respectfully stand on other existing protocols. Eminence, I think Dr. Tanko have probably said all that we hear. With this, because of this period of Ramadan fasting, had contacted Tanko and said, we need to go around and visit our brothers of the Muslim faith across the country and everything. And we've been touring, we've been to Lafayette, CDMA, we've been to Nasule, we've been to a couple of places. We've been to a couple of places. Tomorrow we are traveling up to Sokoto and everything. And as we agreed that we're going to come today to pay our respects to you for the great work you're doing here. When you related to me, how the school started in 1952. Yes, in Abeokuta. Now it was moved to Agege in 1957. And everything I said, thank you. Wow. And that's why we're here. To pay our respects for the great work you're doing. And to continue to preach brotherhood, preach caring of each and everything. Like I always said when I was campaigning, today is no politics. But I always say when I was campaigning, no religion buys bread cheaper. None have cheaper fuel. None buys food cheaper. When there's hunger, for everybody. When there's problem, for everybody. No tribe buys bread cheaper. No tribe buys anything cheaper. When there's a problem, it's everybody. So that as brothers, we should all work hard. It's a better Nigeria. A Nigeria where a son of nobody, child of nobody, can be great and become something. It is available. I once said to the North, we can make more money from you than we make from oil. Because we're the only country in the world that have 60% of our vast land uncultivated. That can change the world. And to the South, we have all the talent and everything that can change the world. What we are lacking is not the air. It's not the human being, it's the leadership. But today, it's just to pay respect. Elections are over. It's for me to go around and pay my respects and assure people that we have no other country except this one, and we must love each other. That is beautiful to hear.
See, I have told you a few times, and I'm going to say it again. You see, one thing we have managed to achieve on Mayegun's diary political is the accommodation of divergent views. We all agree, okay, that respect is reciprocal. I am pro, self-rule. There are others here who are also pro self-rule, self-determination. Biafra, Yoruba nation, and any other nation that you are advocating for. Also, we have here those who do not believe in this Nigeria, but they believe they could bring about a Nigeria that would then allow people like me, people like you, to comfortably discuss like human beings of what we want than every one of us to stay apart. And you know something, like they say, on Mayegun's diary political, okay, there is something that brings all of us here. There's something that brought all of us here. And if you check it very well, it is because we all have one or two things that we disagree with in the current formation of Nigeria. And therefore, we have come up with our own, what we believe is the better and the best solution. Break it up. But as you are so convinced and determined that until we break Nigeria up, right, we are headed nowhere. However, you have those who believes that the breaking it up is like the final, but there is something that can still be done before the breaking it up. So therefore, we all agree that the current existing Nigeria is not working in anybody's interest, and we want out. We don't want to be part of it anymore. Okay? But not a single person here will say they are comfortable with the way Nigeria is and that we are wrong. Abi? And I told you that the same rights that you have, the same the knowledge you think you have, that the belief that you have told yourself, unless we break up this place, we are going nowhere, is the same belief that those who believe that although this current contraption is not working, okay, so we must get rid of the rogue, get the one that will work enough that we can now go our separate ways. You call them deluded. That's some things I've seen people do on this platform. I have done my best, and we keep doing that every now and then, okay? That yes, we have differences. We seem to have different solutions, but we do have one thing in common. We all disagree with the current formation or the current settings of Nigeria. We all disagree. But you see, when you continue to disrespect Obi on Mayegun's diary political, simply because of whatever you have against him as a member of PDP or what have you at the time, And every now and then I continue to remind you, right? Even if you try to put your prejudice, your bias to cover your face, and you couldn't really, you can't really hide it. I continue to remind you that if you look at the force that gave birth to disobedience and how it all emerged, you will not rubbish them because of Obi. You will not disrespect Obi here and expect them, the obedient, to now respect your own cause or what you believe in. A lot of you don't understand what is called respect is reciprocal. You don't. A lot of you is always like, it's either your way or no way at all. A lot of you don't have that mindset, okay, of accommodating even the views that you are not totally in support of, but you share something in common. And that common ground is where you have to look at and see how we can actually put together, you know, even if you have to use them to get what you want. But a lot of you will hide behind, they are all the same, Mayegu. As if to say, Mayegu comes here to defend Obi or what have you. You want to rubbish the aspiration. You want to rubbish the effort. You want to rubbish the belief of millions of people like yourself who are tired of Nigeria too. You want to rubbish that because they are wrong. You are right. I mean, we told them not to participate in the election, but they did anyway. You can't tell them anything. We have no control over them. But there are so many ways we can actually meet on the same ground. Is that what they want to do? Look at what happened this last time. There are so many of them who now know better. You do not need to preach to them not to go and participate in their charade. They won't. And I did tell you, if that's what they want to do, let them do it. Let them learn from it. Okay? And as they say, life is a teacher. The more you live this, the more you learn, right? Sometimes if they don't have that real experience of that disappointment to know Nigeria better, there's nothing you can tell them. And if you, as somebody who knows better, okay, and you think it's so easy, just abuse them. And then you want them to listen to you that, okay, let's break up Nigeria. Like you want them to listen to you. I'm going to start sending some of you, okay? If you see anybody who come onto this platform, you understand now? Everyone who is with that spanner, I'm giving you this directive now. If you see anybody who deliberately put up a comment, all right, to rile Obi, in order for, to rile the obedient themselves, I want them removed from now on. Because you know something? There are people who actually enjoys this division very well. Stay divided. Showore people will be attacking Obi. Obi people will be attacking Showore. Right? But the two of them will be agreeing with us that it's true, this country cannot work. We must try and break up because they don't believe in it. And then you come onto Mayegun's Diary Political. You see Peter Obi video on the picture, on your screen. And suddenly you want to remind me they are all the same. And therefore, Obi is a 419. Obi is this, Obi is that, Obi is this, Obi is that. But when you want to talk about Yoruba nation or you want to talk about Biafra, you want people who are actually like those who also listen to Obi to listen to you. And if they don't, you probably have a name for them, don't you? So yeah, if you see them on this platform, the African Wahala, Princess Balogun, I don't give a damn about who they are. Please don't spare them. Even if they have been on this platform for a while, get rid of them. I think it is time to begin to let you see that. Okay? That sometimes if you can't beat them, you know what they say? Sometimes they say, if you can't beat them, you join them. No. Mayegun's Diary Political, you don't join them. Because you can't beat them. You have to call on others. People that you share same thing. People who wanted these criminals gone. People who actually wanted the entire system demystified. People who want people who have a stone to grind with the system to team together. You call themselves, all of you team your hands together and you join hands together and you beat them. Or else your division actually gives them power. How old are some of us that can't see through that? So if you want to do your bickering, if you want to do your obedient versus Showore versus this or that, the Biafra versus so do. If you want to do that Oriburuku, go do them somewhere else. So you understand? You can go and do that somewhere else. All right. So the reason is because the breakup of Nigeria has to come from the pain of total rejection. People who are going to reject the shithole, they must have reasons to do so. A lot of you have reasons why you want to leave Nigeria right now. I do have my reasons, but there are so many of them who have actually not really experienced anything. For them to understand what you know. So if they have to experience it, if they have to live it, if they have to live their experience, let them live it. Don't come here and begin to sound like I've seen some of you, especially you, just reason. Sometimes you think you are throwing banters. You think you are throwing banters, you are playing around. You are going to throw that and you will never throw another one on this platform. And I'm so serious. And people like yourself too. Okay? The reason why I actually pointed you out or mentioned you is because I've seen you. All right? So you can be cold, you can be hot, and I've seen some of you like that too. We can cut our relationship if all of you are going to be going crazy that way. You need to respect everyone, every block on this platform. You need to respect them. Respect what they believe in. Yeah, you have to. And if you can't, it's all right. You can't be here. Okay? Because the effort is to keep everybody divided that way. Since you can never agree, fine. Oh yeah, come and organize revolution now. Since you cannot agree with yourselves, right? Oh yeah, come and have revolution now. You will never have one. Okay? Well, I'm just trying to say the way a lot of you actually do it. All right? You do it in a way to make it more like the obedient. They are a bunch of time wasters. Obi is a time waster. Obedient are time wasters. So therefore, wherever you see them, somebody even said, "I go stop promoting this." I'm so kind of, I've actually forgotten the name. I saw the name there where one said, "My go stop promoting this." I'm not promoting Obi. No, I'm not. I am helping the obedient and what they call their symbol and what they believe in. I am helping to keep their voice out there. And you should do the same. Because their voice out there is part of the nightmare that Thiefnubu's government have to deal with. And if they have to deal with that nightmare every day, the fear of something can break out. Fear of something can break out, just like anything anywhere else too. Let's help them. Let's help them and put the voice out there. Keep it out there. Keep the face out there. You come here and tell me not to. You understand? You can just unsubscribe. Stop following me. That would do us a lot of good. So we need to keep amplifying voices that keeps these criminals, that makes them uncomfortable. You have to. They have all the resources to shut everybody down, shut you up, direct and continue to control the narratives. They have all it takes. But because people like us, we never let them run the narrative. And that is why these voices will continue to be their nightmare. You should do the same. Don't come to my platform and tell me what to talk about, what not to talk about. Don't advise me. You understand? So, now, if I am not actually, even the same thing goes to you too, obedient too, because sometimes some of you are actually like, out of control. It's like you are in your own world too. This is Mayegu's diary political. When I give you your mention. Just, let it flow. Don't come here and begin to call a show this, show that. When you talk about shake with point, because I know some of you too. The moment you see Showore, oh, this 419, this Showore is a 419, my ego, Showore is a kinikabu, to go for you, to shuri brukulotui. You better unfollow me right now. Okay? Whether Showore and Nobino today talk to them, so that's your problem. Don't come to my platform and think because you are obedient, we are obedient, then you are free to just drop down, or you are a Biafran. We are Biafran. It's a zoo. If you know that your weary is out of control, okay, there are reasons why this place is called a melting pot. You need to understand that. A melting pot means the combination of everything. And it doesn't mean you agree with them. It's what there is that you have something in common. And what you have in common is a rotten system that has kept us divided and impoverished, now terrorizing us. So if all of us who have something to grind with the system decided to come together one single day, it's over. It is over. So I don't care about your conspiracy theories and the rest of that. This is my own theory. I do believe that the people who are the victims of a failed country called Nigeria, the moment they understand that they all have something in common and one enemy, one single enemy is what they have, the criminal system in Nigeria. And all of us agree that, okay, yes, election is a waste of time. One day they will agree that election is a waste of time. Promise you. So don't come here and think you are a Voltron or something. I don't care about how long I've known you. If you miss Yan, if Just Reason says something there right now, I think I'm actually interested in Just Reason. If Just Reason says something right there on that YouTube right now, African Wala and the rest of you, you should get rid of him. And people like that too. We need to be very careful now. It's important because you will not plant that kind of division here, enjoy it, and then flow with, no, you will be the one to go. So enough of all this disrespect. Okay, enough of it. I hope you will take my word for it. We'll go to another part. I'm still talking about Obi meeting the Muslims that they once called a mockery. Now they are concerned. Why is he doing it?
Time of this is the time of sacrifice. It's the time of prayers. It's the time that we have to go around asking people to pray for our country as we go through difficult times like this. And going around and visiting affords the opportunity of experiencing in real time what people are going through and what is happening, and asking for more and more prayers because the country requires prayers. So I'm here today for that purpose.
So how do you think events like this help to foster unity, especially in the current landscape in Nigeria?
It is critical because it shows that we're just same, we're just human, we love each other. As you can see, coincidentally, the Ramadan fasting coincides with even the Christian fasting. These things shows love and unity, and going to make people understand that there's nothing different in all of us. We're the same. Like I always say, no religion buys bread cheaper. None buys for cheaper. If there's a problem, it's a problem for everybody. Can you show me where Muslims buy bread cheaper so I can go there and buy? Can you show me where they buy rice and food cheaper? No. So these are critical things that we all learn. We're all the same. It is critical that we love each other. We care for each other. So I've come here to support them in breaking the fast by probably, that's it.
So sorry, sir. To those people saying there's a political undertone to this, what would you say to them?
There's no election. I didn't come time of election. I would have come for when there was election. I came then when there's no election. Because I believe in this.
Okay, so
like I said before, it's not about election. Election doesn't make bread cheaper.
Okay, Your Excellency, okay. You have gone around and you are still going around.
I'm still going around.
After your impression, if you gather all this information, will this going to change your message? Because your message has been consistent.
It remains the same. Because if we are productive, people won't be suffering.
It's not just you, just reason. I mentioned you for a reason, and I know sometimes you throw those banters. Same thing with that Ade Williams too. So Ade Williams can also be throwing those banters, but there are times that banters are not welcome. Okay, there are banters that you don't. Somebody like Ace Lloyd too. Ace is now saying that the day the scandal of this man is going to come out, like you are more interested, and who is that going to favor when it's a scandal comes out? It's like somebody now saying that we are looking for the day that Showore's secret will come out. Now, if Showore's secret that you are waiting or looking for comes out, or Obi's scandal that you are waiting for comes out, to whose favor is that? To whose advantage is that? To the advantage of the same people that you and I are saying we must do everything to break Nigeria up and break free from them, right? Like I said, when I put news about this or happenings around the obedient out there, it is because it is the right thing to do by helping to keep their voice, like every voice that has risen against this corrupt system in the past or now, right? The reason why you have to keep the voice out there, you keep amplifying it and keep them out there is because the entire system was built on silencing us. All they have to do is just put a tag on you. Yeah, that's it. Could give them a tag and then go after them. So when you keep helping them to drown those who have actually stood up against them, stood up to them, but because you don't like them or you don't like how they are doing it, even though you don't like those criminals too, no, they are the same. Sacrifice them and let them go down. That's what I said to some of you that, when they were having their IPOB tantrums in 2022, 2023, where everybody did tear themselves apart, I was being dragged to come and say something. I said, what do you want me to say? Nobody is interested in hearing anything right now other than who is right, who is wrong. So to everyone, they are all right. To them, others are wrong. So there's nothing you're going to say that's going to make any sense to people who have actually chosen to be like that. So instead of me having to say something that either side will pick to their own advantage or disadvantage, which will never help any of them, I would rather look away and pretend that it's not happening. For 2 straight years, I looked away. Not because I wasn't tempted to say something that could make some group very comfortable, because I know Mayegun's diary political. When you talk about IPOB, you will find all of them here. And just like you find everyone from every part of existing front in that country, you'll find them here. And since I know my audience very well, so would I be doing you a favor if I decided to wade into a group of angry, supposed disgruntled Nigerians who don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore? Now they found a means, and then something happened. They are fighting themselves. What do you think somebody like me should do? Somebody who actually happens to be Mayegun, the Mayegun. What do you think I should do? I should go in and act smart and begin to say, you are wrong, you are right, you are this, you are that, and all of that. So at the end of the day, you help them further tear it apart. When you further tear it apart, to whose advantage is that? To the advantage of the same people that brought all of you together in the first place. Then sustainability of that, zero. You will never sustain it. And that's why I keep telling you, we all need to understand the importance when we talk about the revolution of the mind. Revolution of the mind is all of us to begin to see bigger picture, to think bigger. I mean, you need to actually think beyond what you feel towards things that, sometimes, right? I am doing my best to make that easier for all of us here. Somebody should remove Ade Williams. They tell me, don't mention my name. I'll remove him myself. Like some of you don't even understand what I'm trying to actually do here. And it's out of disrespect as well that I'm actually talking to adults. Why they should respect their views, respect their own chosen beliefs. Because in the long run, we all have something in common, a rotten system. So if
If we tear ourselves apart, who do you think is going to benefit from that? By when we reduce ourselves, than when we bond ourselves and build for real. So whose advantage is when we build and become stronger, despite different beliefs that we have, but we do have a strong bond that actually says, together we can actually push this and get ourselves out of this mess, right? Or we tear ourselves apart because we wanted to prove to one another that, I'm saying my view. You can say your own view. There are some views you have to keep inside you till you die. Any view that is coming to condemn anybody within a circle of those who have expressed their displeasure with the current rigged system in Nigeria, once they have taken a position, they have, make a position known, you don't give opinion on them. Any opinion that's going to kind of, divide them or destroy them or kind of undermine them, keep them to yourself. Advice and your opinion to yourself. Kind of opinion is that you have to run yourselves down, only because you feel like, yeah, I'm just giving my opinion. To who? Let me look around. If you see any of them again, I don't give a damn about how long they've been here. Get rid of them. Doesn't mean that they can't see my ego, they will see, but nobody will ever read from them again. And I'm so serious. Ade Williams won't come back here. I promise you. And if you see another person again, okay, if I see them myself, I'll get rid of them. The reason is this. On Mayegun's diary political, I'll be a skit maker. Do you understand? I'm not a skit maker. I do not make fancy videos. I talk about real life issues. Okay? Real life issues. Issues that cost people their lives, their health, their family, their safety. Issues that are real. So who the hell are you to come here and think you can actually banter me? Like you come here and say, I'm just bantering you. So what I'm saying here is this. We have our differences, no doubt. I do not believe in their elections, of course, and I'm not promoting it. But there's something here. Omo Yelesho already did the job that got a lot of young people to see better and kind of aiming for what they believe, a different Nigeria, the one that is different from this. Whether they're going to get it or not, listen, you don't have to run them down because you don't believe they can. You don't have to run them down before you can make yourself feel good. Peter Obi and their corrupted system in Nigeria was able to get over 8 million, the same Nigerians like yourself. He was able to get them on his side. We saw everything that happened. That is not a fluke. You don't run them down. So if you have an organization or you are all coming together to say, yeah, today, not today, and then you get a platform with over 6 million people, a serious person will know that, listen, I may not agree with you guys, but I mean, keep it up. Keep what you are doing up, okay? Just keep it up. Don't give up. I don't really believe in it. I don't believe Nigeria is this. Fine. Don't turn yourself into somebody who is actually working indirectly for the same oppressors. You want to tell me what I don't know? And I said, keep it to yourself. If it is going to undermine the effort of those who have actually stood up for something, not because you don't like what they are standing for. Some said they are wasting time. Okay, fine. I said it too. But does that then mean that we should disrespect them and make it look like it's nothing? I remember on this platform, I did say, there are those who are doing everything possible to make what the obedient achieved to look like it's nothing. Some of you are here. You are one of them. Some of you are here who wanted to make it look like what they did is absolutely nothing. They just wasted time. And you said that with so much confidence on my platform. And I look at some of you like, so I think it's time for you to know where I stand on this, okay? Everybody on Mayegun's diary political comes from different backgrounds, okay? And different beliefs. And from my own understanding, right? A lot of them are trying to find out what a lot of us have already found out. It is the Nigeria system that is going to radicalize them.
It is the Nigerian corrupt system that is going to tell them, or if I show to them what you are trying to tell them. When you tell them that they cannot save Nigeria, they cannot rescue Nigeria, nothing can redeem Nigeria, but they believe they can, Abi, let them go and try it. You shouldn't be the one that will become somebody that is now like acting like, yeah, come on, man. I'm not being like for real. Sure, you get more they try show some respect that way. You don't go die for respecting people's views. The only people will be saved and talk. If now hot water you get spill on them, if now stone you get stone them, if now stick you get knock them. Now APC. And people destroying people, and there is a reason why. If anybody has the power to stop the madness going on in Nigeria, the division going on in Nigeria, the poverty going on in Nigeria, the injustice in that place, now the people with the power, they have the power to do it. But we know all of this is deliberate, is intentional. Okay? All of us being divided, being poor, being terrorized, all of these are man-made. So therefore, you can't ask them to fix what they intentionally imposed on us. It is better you let it consume them and get rid of them. So you can't be supporting APC, Ebekebe, that is funding terrorism, that is funding injustice in Nigeria, and come around and say you have any right where my ego is. Who told you have any right? People who have excuses, and thousands of people are dying. And from it, they are cashing money from it and turning around to blame the dead. So I'm not talking, I'm saying something here, and you want to jump there and say you have right to defend who? You want to buy you get. Don't join people to blame those who are not contributing to your misery, to your unfortunate misfortune right now. So the ideal thing is that you are all united, or should be united, in facing the rogues, right? Who have turned our lives upside down, and they are enjoying our division. You should turn your gaze on them. Come here and be like, yeah. Somebody said, "My going to be no turn." No, I'm only being serious, okay? Me obino, no me obino. You know what I mean? Like, if you know those who know me very well, okay? When I speak out like that, right? I want you to see the seriousness of it. Because I actually mean it. I'm not scolding you. I'm just saying, learn how to respect people, respect their opinion. You cannot abuse Obi when I put him up and expect the obedient on this platform to feel comfortable with that. And then you look around and say you don't care about on whose platform does this say you don't care? I do. If I see any animal like yourself, well, last time I don't think that is too much. I'm tired of reading all of that, and I'm tired of some of you calling here. Here you get. Calling me to tell me, Lumayegun, Obi is one of them. Obi is also Kiniko. I swear to God, about BRA. Call my line, call this platform, and begin to tell me that, use my platform to lambast and rubbish the same people who are doing what they can to get at these rogues that brought us all here, right? Do it. I don't understand. You know? I don't. Who's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Here you get. But it's like some of you want us to remain like this and continue to kind of make demand, but at the same time promote a division among ourselves. So now we've done our best to get rid of the Yoruba versus Igbo madness. That doesn't really reign here anymore. But we see have some of you who feel like you could, come on. You understand now? So take a look at this. Now, this community, they give water for northern Nigeria. See what they drink. That is the kind of water they are drinking in that part of Nigeria. Now, the people where they carry ball will give me that during this Ramadan. Obi and his guys, they gave them borehole. And then you will say, oh, more, waiting the borehole. I'll see waiting those guys, those people are drinking. They've messed up Nigeria so much that even the people seems to hate themselves. They hate themselves. Every time you condemn Showore, every time you criticize or attack Obi, or every time you criticize or attack, the Yoruba National campaigners and the rest of, every time you join hands and call for the killings of the IPOB, ESN, and the rest of them, what you are doing is that you are enabling and strengthening the same criminal system that prompted all of this in the first place. That's what you are doing. And somebody like you can't be called a friend. I can't call you my friend. If you are daft enough not to see what you are doing, you think you are smart. I'm only trying to, I don't advise you, really. Who needs your advice? I'm not advise you, fool. I'll show you something again. They caught this guy. They said he's a member of the Nigerian Army, right? And he was considered to be stealing the bullets. But they accuse him of selling the bullets to Boko Haram members, right? And that's what I want to show you. I don't think they don't need all these stolen bullets. Boko Haram get their supply steady from the international gun runners that are always being cleared by the Nigerian criminal system to come in and do that anyway. Yeah, the gun running in Nigeria is. Or do you believe this person with a steal bullet? Or do you really think this is one of the repentant terrorists that got recruited into the Nigerian army? I'll show you. Probably you've seen it.
Another one. Where lose his bet. Let's see. His incantation don't pass our own. No. Anderson, don't hit him. What the fuck?
I said this man don't take for this business.
I swear this man don't take.
No,
he's on camera, don't worry.
Come back.
Off that camera.
Wait now.
No,
Give me that knife. Give me that knife.
Okay, in to come inside.
Hey, man. Kamilu, if I see any soldier for this place, I'll punish you. You are not going anywhere.
Gently,
oh, yeah, that cover up. Kamilu.
Lima one gently.
Kamilu. That cover them up now. That cover them up.
Be careful with your hand. See, this one don't take now.
Don't take now.
This one
don't take. Don't say when they do this. I see
that 400 something people in my career.
No, don't worry. Let them just so that you not naked him.
Come on.
Now,
Copra. Go and cover everybody. Come on, your hand. You might feel like no matter how you do this one, you must enter.
99 days for the team. You go and give Boko Haram this so that they will come and attack us in this camp. Don't worry. God pass you.
When shall you come to
the See, all these ones don't take. Look at us.
Now, those one,
this one, they don't rule. Another
one. I don't think it's a bullet for the Boko Haram because Boko Haram get the tranche of their weapons, not like that one. And sometimes if the delivery is delayed, Boko Haram will just go to the nearest military barracks or military post. They will kill all the soldiers they can find and then take all the weapons and go into the armory, cut everything away. That's how they do in Nigeria, but some said maybe the guy is actually stealing the bullets to go and sell the bullets since they know they pay them salary. Imagine a soldier fighting terrorists, collecting 50,000 naira a month. And 50,000 naira a month in Nigeria right now is just about $26 or at most $30 or $35. That's how much is paid a soldier fighting terrorists in Nigeria. So he probably resorted into stealing the bullets. Yeah, stealing bullet that he will go and sell to 200 naira per one. So if he steals like 100 bullets, he will get 20,000 naira. Or he's a member of the repentant Boko Haram. I don't know. It's a shame, Sha. Anyway. So away from there, okay, I was going to go to Enugu. I was going to stop This place when we spoke about Enugu earlier, right? But this is Kogi. And this Kogi, Kogi and Enugu share the border, right? And as you have Igbos as majority in Enugu, in this part of Kogi state, Igbos as member, and there are Igbos in Kogi as well. Like you have the Yorubas in Kogi as well. But the Yorubas in Kogi are like minority compared to the rest, okay? There are Igbos there too. In fact, when they were creating the state and they cut off that part to be part of Enugu, part of Kogi state, they should have let it be part of Enugu, the coal city. See the coal mine in that part. And some said it is secret. It's not even like public, even though it's in public. This area in Kogi state, watch this.
Another coal mining pit. By Kogi state. I'm here with Ezi Mafia, in case you don't know. There's the ego the North Yankees. There's the ego the North Yankees.
You carry safety now. Oh, yeah, go. Now, our director, you don't enter. Okay. Use this one. Come on, they do. Oga Kopata, now they go for front there. No go feed there.
Follow me. Ego the North Yankees. Ego the North Yankees. Follow me. Yo, woo, woo, woo. Coal mining. Woo.
But I don't have police steady. No, you can't know how of a leak, Glenn. You leak, Solomon. Yes, sir. Yeah. Your phone get light?
Yes.
I only light, mercy.
My light,
my own only can look in red bar. Somebody like touching me. Touch it there.
But as the water come out, don't start and they open and they enter the penetration.
Yeah.
Don't start.
It's like going in deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the ground. And it's like they have been, taking coals from there for ages. You see how come on. You have to go under that rock, or they have to go under that rock underneath like that and go deeper and deeper further. They didn't have better light to show us. If not, you would have seen the inside. But coal. Yeah, that's cool. We do not need to cut our trees in Nigeria or get them. They don't need to cut trees to burn trees to generate coal. There are actually huge deposits of coal in Kogi, in Enugu, especially in Enugu. And you can generate electricity from coal. Yes, you can, honestly. So which means that Enugu is a coal city. Enugu alone should probably be having 24 hours electricity without stress, without any pressure. And Enugu alone should be able to power the entire eastern Nigeria without stress. It's the same as what you have Egbema, what's that place again in Imo State? Imo State oil and gas producing states, right? It's enough also to actually power the entire eastern Nigeria, just like that, Well, it is Nigeria, okay? So you have all of these things, and the criminal politicians in Nigeria are more interested in who is ready to pay cash now. If they found those who are interested in coals, then automatically these areas will become places where they'll put their guys in and then exploit it. And that's somewhere in Ampa, Kogi states. So I want to believe that this is partly Igbo land, the old eastern region, but Nigeria is Nigeria. Sure you get. So Nigeria happened, and yes, the rest is history. Say, here is you remember when I told you that Kano State spent 6 billion naira on Ramadan? You remember? Okay, good enough. The guy who spent the 6 billion. I mean, the guy who is spending 6 billion on Ramadan feeding, this is for people in the state to eat during the fasting Ramadan. So he decided to go out. Yusuf went out himself to go check and see what kind of food they were given to the people. And I bet he's so disappointed when he saw this. Watch. This is the Kano governor now.
Look at this nonsense. Look at this nonsense. Why about carrying item? Why you took it? Why chairman? Why chairman? His body. Kanan sake dawa in tara an yi abin da ba.
It's like, what is this? Like, look at it. Like, how can you give this to people to eat? Like, look at it. He's so pissed off. Like, the guy is like so pissed. Like, what are we gonna do now? Look at the food they are giving to people. Is this what we pay for? That's why I said I'm quite happy that he went out himself, right? So it wasn't just to approve the money, share the money, and on to the next one. So it's great that he went out, and I'm not going to call that media, what do you call it, media hype. No. He went out. He went to a place where, because they actually gave the money to vendors in Kano. They gave the money to food vendors to make those food and take them to some designated locations so that people can meet and feed. So he decided to go and see that himself, and I was like, So, which is good. And in that regard, it simply means that the people that are going to benefit from the 6 billion naira feeding, they are going to get quality food for it. And I like that. All right, I like that. And same thing, sometimes a lot of people think I just want to talk about the bad things happening in Nigeria. No. You may think it's something I enjoy talking about. No, I am talking about all the happenings in Nigeria, because the happenings that you are reading that sounds like news, or is it news, or is news. No. There are real life victims. Do you understand? And that is why when we raise and talk about that, we are raising awareness on it. So raising awareness on it simply means if more people know about it, there's a possibility that people will resist some certain things from continuing. Do you understand that now? So if I see anything good as well, even if it's just because you hardly see anything real good, once they make an announcement of good something, when you begin to probe it, you start seeing all the dirty, shady, dark side of it. And you become so enraged and say, can't they do something good for the people genuinely? Like, why do they have to sort of a disguised fraud as people's project or people's this, people's that? But they never serve the people. Why? Because they were never programmed to serve the people. So people are happy to hear the news of something. But when you begin to probe it and begin to ask questions around it, you realize that it's a scam, it's a lie. And people's lives are attached to it. That's why my ego point them out all the time. They spend a lot of money to put woos over our eyes, to keep us deluded, to keep us looking stupid. But once they say something, and you begin to dig around it, you will see through the lies, and you are going to get mad, angry. Even though some people will be like, hey, let us give them time. Hey, let us give them some time and see how this is going to work. I say, whether you give them time or not, they have all the time they have. I mean, they want in the world. Nobody you go give them time. They already have all the time. But you should be aware of the danger that you are in. Because once this is done, you will be affected. And when you are affected, it is ideal to know why. And that's what I do. So that a lot of people now says, well, I have an idea. In fact, I know better. Once they start all this, the abracadabra, I just look for what should be the detail. Once I can find it, then I know it's all pure lies and scam. But when they do something that genuinely touches people's lives, which is what they should be doing, It is your right. It is not a privilege. So that's what they should be doing. So when they are doing it, I will commend them. I'm not somebody who is, sociopathic or something. No, is that sociopathic or that? They have all these names for all these things these days, right? Like you are too mean. I'm not a mean person. And I'm not a pretentious person. I don't pretend. You get that? I do not pretend. And because I do not pretend means I won't see something I know will hurt me, even indirectly, and keep quiet simply because it's not going to hurt me directly. Come on, man. But if I see something they are doing that I know, you see this step, if it is sustained, if they can live it, if this is real, if this, you know what I mean, like this is going to be this is going to help, it's going to help here, it's going to help there. And since all we are all trying to get out of here is a possibility where you will be treated like human being, respected, regarded, and protected by those who want to keep you protected. Don't treat you like human being. Genuinely. You have to see yourself as human first, right? You need to see yourself as human being before you realize that some people are treating you like you are not human being, right? And you don't like that. You won't like that. If somebody treats you like an animal, like you won't like that. So because you know you are human, you deserve better, right? Then you will push back. That is what I'm trying to encourage on Mayego's Diary Politico. You should understand everything they do, even when you don't. Even when you don't need to sometimes, but you should understand what they are doing. And when you understand what they are doing, not just that, you should understand the danger, the consequences of what they are doing. The reason is this, because directly or indirectly, there are consequences for the actions of these rogues. If it is good, you get a good consequences. If it's bad, which is always bad, then we all share the terrible consequences, whether you are there or you are not. I mean, all of us, we're all affected, aren't we? So I will say it when I see them do things that genuinely is human-oriented, is, you know what I mean? I haven't seen many, practically never seen much, but you see that act of him going out after giving vendors money to inspect the type of food they are giving them. That shouldn't be him, I know. That should have been if he had responsible aids, responsible ministries dealing with women, children, food, and stuff like that, right? If they have done their job. Don't be that guy go discover that moi. No, it won't be the guy, the governor, that will discover the moi. It simply means the pressing guy around them who have also cut off part of the money for the feeding, possibly ensure that the quality of the food is totally compromised. Now the guy is out there and he's seen that for himself. He knows those he's going to call. I believe he should call the people he gave the money to. And if it is eye service, Baba, I think it worked. Sometimes I told you, I said, sometimes these criminals should pretend that they care. Oyinbo, for where we live, right? A lot of us believe that they don't care about us. Do you know that? Some of you who live in Nigeria will say, look at all this Oyinbo country. They care about their people. They take care of their people. Oh, but now because you know they live here. If they live here, we don't like them. We do not like politicians here too. Like, not all of us, so there are people who like them, okay? Like, you know. But generally, people don't really like politicians here. We just see them as some bunch of lazy-ass problem creators who now offer to solve the problems. And, you know, we have so many reasons not to like politicians here. Okay? We pay our bills, right? They don't. Because their bills are partly paid for them. And you see a lawmaker in the UK, right? An average worker in the UK make about 25,000, 27,000 pounds a month. I mean, a year. That's annual salary of some people in the UK, averagely. Okay? And then you have the people who are like earning above 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. These are rich people. 60,000, 70,000. When I say rich, I mean like that's some standard income. Then one politician in the UK, they earn over 140,000, 120,000, 170,000. So to us, yeah, it's just like free money. Like, you know, so to you, you think they love us. Oh, you both love this. No. We don't see them as people who love us. We see them as people who are greedy, people who are corrupt, people who are living off us. But there's something they have. It is called human empathy. And average leaders from this part of the world, even if not fake, they go fake them. They will still show empathy. Here you get, oh, you know, oh, we need to, the way they will do it, you said go be like say, I kind of like him. You get what I mean? That is what Nigerian politicians don't really have. They do not have any, they do not have any tiny bit of empathy, human empathy in their bloodstream. Not a tiny one, no trace. But once in a while, when they now show up like that, a lot of people could see the hypocrisy through them. Like the hypocrisy of eating with the poor. Here you get trying to, you know, you pay 9 billion naira to feed the poor. Now, the kind of food they are giving to them, you want that, you now have to go and taste it and act like you are poor too and all of that stuff, right? They are not bad. So to say, it's like show of empathy, okay? So not everybody gets them, and everyone should. And if you have leaders who don't have empathy for their citizens, right? I pretty much don't respect people like that. Kind of, right? So if I now see them, even if na eye service, show up, show empathy. Leadership comes with empathy, the milk of kindness. Here you get forgiveness, fatherliness. What else again? Leadership has so much than just ordering people about and telling them to go here or go there and all of that. No, leadership is, let's do it. That's what you call leadership. It is only the boss that will say, you, do it. And they don't take responsibility. That's why you have your politicians in Nigeria as bosses. They are bosses. They do not take responsibility. Somebody else would have to take the fall. It must be somebody else's fault, not their own fault. So when I see one of them like that, when they do that, and I see the genuinity, and I think I saw genuinity in that guy. I may be wrong. He may be a great actor. It doesn't really matter this time, but we saw why and how he reacted. And we could give him that credit, boy. Yeah. 6 billion naira food. Yeah, wow. Garba Live, my dear sister, Celia, I decided to steal all of our time because if I stop right now, that will be us for the night. So I didn't take calls when I should because I was angry. Okay, I wasn't angry. I was upset. No, I wasn't. I don't know. I was just like not really cool that some of us, after all these years we have spent together on this platform, right? Some of us still kind of come around there confidently, comfortably, without looking at the history, okay, the event that gave birth to the obedient and the slander, the level of comfort that some of you will come here and you just drop it. Obi is this, because you know people will react. On social media, if you want to be noticed, quick. Like, for example, on Twitter or Facebook, just go on there and just abuse Obi. Obi won't reply you, okay? He's a politician, he won't reply you. But they know that the obedient will reply, okay? And you can begin to call them obedient, obedience, obedience. Obi can come, we dodge a bullet. We shake come, Obi is a religious this, Obi is promoting this. Because you have to say that repeatedly on social media and you will get the attention you want. Don't do that on my platform. Don't do that here. You're not allowed to. All right? Since I can't control what you say, I can control who sees what you say. And that's why I will remove you. I will gladly remove you. Because I do have audience, and I'm talking about the people who are the victims of a failed Nigeria. Everybody is choosing what they want to, or how they want to fight their battle, Abi. So I do have the audience, I do have those who believe in Obi here, and I know why they believe in him. And I respect that. I have those who believe in Showore here. Okay? And I know why they believe in Showore. And I respect them for it. Okay? Same way you see all of us who believe that restructuring is fraud. What's it called that one again? Hey, there's this system of government. I forgot it. Sure, you get. So all this preaching about this new Nigeria thing to us now scam. Peter Obi, okay, and the obedient who believe that they can push a new Nigeria. To us, we personally, I believe, right, it is a pure waste of time. But I respect it. I do. Because you know my theory. My theory is that by the time Nigeria show all of una that it is like irreparable, irredeemable, okay? Maybe not that's your energy, your belief that you are putting into the obedience or into the revolution, this or that, and that you are using to say you want to get a new Nigeria. Now, from that shaggy and experience, that disappointment, now that energy of disappointment, we will not go meet there. Now that energy, me, I want me you bring back. Yeah? So you bring that energy back and say, Mayogu, you said it. I am so angry right now. Nigeria is irredeemable. I said, well, I told you. I don't want to be your way. Okay? 2 years ago, on this same platform, if some of you get a chance to see me face to face, you're go punch me for face for telling you that don't be part of any election. It's all fraud. You will be rigged. You'll be this. You called me in and they said, Mayogu, you will see what will happen. If they rig us, Nigeria, it will be finished. Last, from that experience, there are many of you today that if anybody say, come go get your PVC, if they go meet you for the wrong time, when they say you the para, now for their body, you go actually take the revenge of what happened in 2023. So to me, life is a teacher. Let everybody go experience it. Don't come here and start kind of being the type that is, that is causing nuisance. So then we'll now start seeing, they say, Obi is a 419, Obi is fake, Obi is this. Then the obedient will come and say, oh, it is your kiniko that is this. Now we can't start that nonsense on my egus, they are a political, need temple of truth. So I actually need you to respect other people, okay? You don't have to agree with them. I don't agree with the obedient, I have to say. But who are they to the system in Nigeria? They have they have shown that they are going to continue to be not only the nightmare, but the nemesis of the establishment. And I like it. I do. I like it. Anything that's going to continue to make the rotten establishment uncomfortable, lose sleep, be scared. On the right, the Biafrans, they are holding their jugular. On the left, the Yoruba Nation campaigners, they continue to spread the message. And the failure of the criminals in Nigeria continue to make it easier for us to spread, Abi. Now you have the left, you have the right. In the front and the back, you have the revolution now. You have the obedience. So at the end of the day, all of them like that, they continue to make the owners of Nigeria uncomfortable enough that they too themselves know that their days are numbered. I don't want you to come here and begin to kind of sound like you are smarter than the rest of those you don't agree with. Don't do that. Respect them. Okay? Don't come here and attack Showore because you are obedient. Okay? Don't come here and, you know what I mean? Like, don't be that person. Because at the end of the day, all of this are to the advantage of the criminals in Nigeria. Do you understand? We do not have to agree. You need to begin to understand that. My ego is for Yoruba Nation. Absolutely. But does that then mean, would that then turn me to somebody who wanted to I have all things to say about the obedient, simply because, I mean, come on. They are too loud. They are this. They don't have respect. Emi go on, no respect. I will only who they respect criminals. Now, people will say, people like us, we don't get respect for criminals. So if obedience don't get respect for criminals, if the Biafrans are calling Nigeria zoo, a place that is worse than zoo, okay, then we have something in common. Do you understand? So everybody that has something against that rotten system that has kept us divided, impoverished, terrorized, everybody will get something against the establishment should be your friend. Don't be an ass. I want to say, you know, I will never trust you. We want you to trust anybody. Nobody needs your trust. And all of us get trust issue. Get trust issue. I get trust issue. Get trust issue. We're raised to have trust issue. We don't trust ourselves. That's why Nigeria is what Nigeria is. You don't trust me, I don't trust you. Why? Because I am Igbo, you are Yoruba, or because I am a Christian, you are Muslim. Yes, we are raised never to trust ourselves. So I'm not asking you to trust anybody, I'm asking you to respect them. Until when you can be in a country with the people you trust. Until we can be in a country, we can be in our countries where we trust ourselves. Nigeria, we don't trust ourselves. Now, suspicion, we don't suspect ourselves. Every now and then, we don't suspect ourselves. That is normal. So who will ask you to come and trust to be or trust obedient or trust sure? Nobody needs your trust. We just need your acknowledgement. The acknowledgement that we are allies. Allies. Allies who are fighting the same demon. Fighting the same devil. The people who have no religion. People who have no tribe. People who have no culture. They have no ethnic nationality. They have no loyalty to anybody but themselves. They use our tribes, our ethnic, and every other thing like that, like religion, as a meal ticket. They use them as meal ticket to have their seats at the table, where they are going to be dividing, you know, our common patrimony, our common wealth. And then once they finish sharing all of that, they push the insecurity to us, the terrorism to us, the underdevelopment to us, and all of that stuff that's continue to undermine us, to continue to cower us and tame us down. And since we are divided, we don't see that. We rather just fight over it and say, I am better past my neighbor. No matter how hard the country is, it will favor me and my family in Jesus' name kind of mentality. I better pass my neighbor mentality. We need to bury that. We need to stop that. Mayegun's Diary Political is to help you stop that, not help you nurture it. And I told you, until we all agree that the criminals in Nigeria, they have all concluded on how to, they have sort of make up their minds to kill all of us, but slowly. So it's now up to us to see if we want to wait and die or we are going to actually fight and push back. Here you get, we have a lot in common. Okay, we do. And if all of this anger, all this sort of disagreement and the rest of that, if they are mainly because we are forced to be together in a place where we shouldn't, then we can actually channel the energy into actually, breaking ourselves out of the entire shito. You know what that makes sense is this. When an ordinary obedient knows that there are those who really want Nigeria to break up, and they will do it in a legitimate way until when those who make a peaceful dissolution impossible, they will then have to make a violent dissolution inevitable. Now you need the citizens, you need people need reasons, right, to fight for something, right? So at the end of the day, even if you have reasons, if you have the reason you want to give to them, you also need the people with the mindset that understands what will be at stake once they have something to fight for. Sure, you get. So for now, a lot of us, even though we are in different camps and having different solutions, okay? But what happened is that the moment those who believe they can save Nigeria, The moment they realize that they can't save Nigeria through election, okay? Then you see, your self-determination campaign, advocacy, self-rule campaign and advocacy, they will begin to have their right audience who then must have tried what they believed could save Nigeria election. Now, if they come back with that experience of failure that no election can save Nigeria, you can't say that to some people now, because now we can say it to some others who have participated in the charade in Nigeria. If you tell them about election, and they would say, that's true, I can't waste my time anymore. But there are still millions of them who believe they can still do something. So what are you going to do? You're going to hate them? You're going to throw them out and say, well, no, you don't. They're all going to come back with the same regrets, disappointment that Nigeria cannot be saved. And sometimes, twice beaten, twice shy, Abby. What did they call that one? Once beaten, twice shy, Abby. But this one is like twice beaten, triple shy. If anybody still get themselves together, preparing like Obi is doing right now, preparing for 2027 charade election, okay? Okay. Let's see how many of you will last till that time. Be patient till that time. Now you then have to kind of be waiting to go and get a PVC to, I don't have to say it, okay? But I just believe the moment all of us finally arrive at one single spot, a spot where Nigeria is redeemable. I know Nigeria is irredeemable. We see a chunk of us who believe that Peter Obi can redeem it for them. Why don't you let them have the experience? At least experience, they say, is the best teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. So let them go have it. But with the mind that is already sort of trained and then, thought revolution to some extent, who knows that this whole thing is a waste of time, it's a waste of resources, and even waste of lives. Now, when you have this substantial number of them who now knows that, you won't do much anymore. Our job will be done then. My job will be done. There's going to be a day I'm going to come on this platform and tell you my job is done. Because the real population, the real generation, or the real demography that needed our messages, they've gotten the messages and they have actually digested the messages. And I will come here and say, our job is done. So until then, I implore you, I beg you, please, please do not help APC keep us divided simply because you're not one rival on ourselves. And I know a lot of you kind of do maintain and keep your quorum when you come onto my Eagles Diary Political, but out there you are a beast. That's fine, but don't get carried away, okay? When you come onto my Eagles Diary Political, just know that you are not alone. There are those you probably don't agree with. I'm talking about those who are not championing the breakup of Nigeria yet. They will champion the breakup of Nigeria. Let them have the experience. Yeah. And if it is sort of too long that you are angry, they should be doing something instead of all of us to come on, man. Let's even be real, okay? You might actually need to lead the charge. All right? Sometimes you probably have to lead it to show them, not you wait for them and tell people who are doing something that they should be doing something different. I'm just saying. All right. My gist, I think my gist should be done now, but there's something I want to show to you. Nigeria is budget completely. Okay? And these two Islamic clerics, they are speaking Yoruba, and I urge one or two people in the comment section to please help me. Maybe you should help me interpret this, but I'll tell you what they are talking about, okay? These two clerics, Islamic clerics, they were telling their friends there that there is nothing wrong with scamming people, okay? There's nothing wrong in being internet fraudster. Don't let anybody deceive you that there is hellfire or heaven. There's nothing like that. All right? It's only the jail. If you go to jail on earth, yeah, that's your punishment. There's nothing after that. because the people who have been very, very good to the Islamic clerics and fast, these two, they've always been the internet fraudsters, young boys called the Yahoo. I'll show you.
Gbogbo wa síta ń lọ láyé àwọn ọmọ tí máa tẹ kíní sí tó ní ẹ má kàdí nàmbà tó máa jáde ọmọ Yahoo lọ́pọ̀ nu wọn mo sì mà ń sì ń gbó lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Lójú ọ̀nà aláàfáà àti Saudi àwọn àfáà tí wọ́n ń ṣe Yahoo fún Saudi àwọn náà lówó lọ́wọ́ jù àwọn àfáà àti àlùkàyà aláwọ̀ yá kàrímù àfáà tí ò bá ti lọ́mọ Yahoo ọ̀rírì kìí sí.
Ajá Abdulrahman tọ́ba yẹ pé ìhun lọ́wọ́ ọba fífi hàn wọ́n náà tọ́mọ Yahoo ọba ti wọ́n náà gbogbo alájọwọ́ o torí pé gbogbo ẹ̀mí sẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ tèmi dàgbà pé bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́mọ wo èmi máa sọ tí ń jòdòdò ọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa sí tí máa lọ láyé ọmọ tá a bá ní kálukú mú wàdúrà wa ọmọ Yahoo ń bẹnu ẹni tí wọ́n máa sọ pé ẹ má kàdí nàmbà wa wàláì wọ́n wà ń bẹ o.
njọ àfọlájọ tí a lọ Èjìgbò alẹ́
bẹ́ẹ̀ o gbọ́ àwọn ọmọkùnrin tán máa fún mi lówó
mọ́júmọ́ January 2024 yìí.
tó ń tẹ ẹlòmíín tẹ 20 ẹlòmíín tẹ 10 ẹlòmíín tẹ kọ́dà rẹ̀ ni tó tẹ 50.
wọ́n tẹ wo.
síbi kí ni ọmọ yìí.
wọ́n tẹ wo.
àmọ́ tó bá dàlù kìí àmà wọ́n bá trace àkáǹtì bí wò nípa àkáǹtì 50 ni wọ́n bá torí wọ àkáǹtì rẹ̀ ló fi kalẹ̀ mọ́ yìí fi tẹ̀ fi kalẹ̀ ní ẹ̀sìn fi mìíràn parabalẹ̀ òun náà gbà kan.
láti kò ní kẹ̀kẹ́ tí mi ní ìgbésí ayé rẹ̀ owó àwọn Yahoo yìí.
rárá
bó ti rí nù.
ẹ̀sìn fi mìíràn
bó ti rí nù.
ẹ̀sìn fi mìíràn kí ló pé àbáṣẹ́dọ̀ lòun. Kọ́sìm ilé ayé ti náà.
wọ́n ti àfúnfẹ̀ fáwọn oníṣẹ́ pé oníjìbìtì ò ní wọná òun ṣàwáfẹ́ lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kímọ̀ ní jìbìtì.
ẹni tó wí bẹ̀ òun ọlọ́lẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ rẹ̀ kò ní wọná.
ok kó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀.
ẹni tó béèrè nísìnyí ó ní tọ́ oníjàkùnmá ti wá hà náà sí báyìí pé káwọn máa lu jìbìtì báyìí òun ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá fẹ́ lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó ní wọná.
rárá.
ó ní wọná bọ́lọ̀ ń bá ní orí ẹnu ẹ̀wọ̀n tó bá rí he láyé náà èyí náà tó kò sí tàbí àmì náà àmẹ́yìn tó bá rí he láyé èyí náà tó ọ. sẹ́rí àwọn èèyàn máa sì mí gbọ́ ni.
mo ò sí gbọ́ mo dá ìbàjẹ́ síbi àṣìlọ́ yìí.
ọmọ máa sì mí gbọ́ ni ẹ dákun ṣé ayé tò mọ́ ni. ọ̀dà ní sinjọ́ mo béèrè tí mo ti kọ́kọ́ béèrè kí n tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni mo kọ́ béèrè wípé ẹni ọba ní òun ọjà haramu ọ̀wọ́ ẹnu òun láyé lónìí kọ́ jáde sí méjì àkọ́sọ́ mi ò rẹ́nì kankan sọ́dọ̀ ní. ṣe bí haramu náà ni Yahoo tẹ́ ń sọ yìí ibà haramu ń jìbìtì ìwọ tí wọ́n ń jìbìtì tó jẹ́ fámìlì rẹ tó fún ọ lówó tó béèrè bí ó ti rí. àfa àlùmọ́kàsí tó ó béèrè bí ó ti rí ẹni ó ń jìbìtì fún lówó ó béèrè.
ọkàn náwó lọ sí ẹni.
ṣé báwọn àbá àtijọ́ wọn àná ń gbà táyé rọrùn ṣe bí yẹn bá fún wa lówó wọn béèrè pé mo lo ti wọn tún wá bá a débi ó ti rówó òun kó tó lè gbà wọ́n sọ owó òun di hellon kó tó gbà nísìnyẹn nìkan kò béèrè nǹkan kan mọ́ sẹ́mi tí mo lọ́wọ́ àṣì táwọn ọmọ pé mo ní kálukú jáde oní 50 oní nǹkan kan sẹ́mi ní wàá nígbà náà kí wọ́n má tẹ̀.
máa béèrè pé sẹ́kí
káwọn farabalẹ̀ kí n wá délé káwọn ọmọ mi ó ní ẹ káàbọ̀ kí n máa fọwọ́ ra
lọ́wọ́ àṣì láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀
látọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àṣì láti àmọ́ ti kú nílé.
a ní sẹ́kí ló ń ṣe àníwọ̀n àtọ́lọ́run.
ẹnu pé kálukú wọn máa jẹ́wọ́ rẹ̀ dé àwọn èèyàn jẹ́wọ́ ni èmi máa jẹ́wọ́ o.
To him, he's saying the truth. Okay? But he's supposed to be a man of God. So I'll tell you waiting at the talk. So that's how far, right there, was talking to his congregation, his boys. And he said, the only people that have been very good and kind to them, financially generous to them, whenever they went out to go and preach the word of Allah, they have always been the internet fraudsters, the Yahoo boys. Now, where everybody is coming in to drop small peanut and change, the Yahoo boys will come and ask them to give them their account numbers. Like, Afa, put your account number here. I can't give you how much I want to give. I'll send it to you. And they will send him 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. So somebody now asked and said, so which means that there's nothing wrong in collecting money from the Yahoo boy, because one of us said he wanted to start the internet fraud. but he's afraid of going to hellfire. And it was like, go and start. The only hellfire you will get into is if you are caught and you go to jail in this earth. That do not let anybody try to make you feel guilty of this or not, because the situation that we found ourselves today in Nigeria, like back in the days, parents will be very, or any member of your family would like to know where you got money from. If you give them money or you give them gifts that they believe is pretty much beyond you. So according to him, it was like, that used to be the case. Families always like to monitor and be sure that you are not into something shady, right? But people don't do that anymore. What really matters right now is that you have the money. So your father, went out to go and preach. And they are asking for his bank account. Is he the one that should then go and start telling the internet fraudster to do good or don't go to, if you want to go to heaven? The mad guy actually boasted and said he once asked his fellow Afars, his fellow Islamic clerics, he said he once asked them that whoever has never eaten haram, haram is like forbidden sinful stuff, okay? If any of them who has never put something that is an haram in their mouth, they should come out and say it and swear. He said none of them came out to swear. Not a single one of them came out to swear. So nobody should deceive you about hellfire or heaven or what have you. Then he also said that whenever they were asking for his bank account, the internet fraudsters, the Yahoo boys, right? Whenever they were asking for his bank account, he didn't give them his bank account. He gave them the bank account of one of his boys. So that even if they get to heaven, and they are investigating how they used to, collect money from the fraudsters, that he won't be indicted. It will be somebody else because his bank account was used. That's a fact. And they were laughing. It was like pretty much like, thank you, Jerry. Man. And it felt like he was saying the truth. He said, I'm saying the truth. I know some people don't like me saying the truth. But do you want me to go out there for a whole week to go and preach? And I will come back home. My children will ask me, how far, what did I bring back home? And I wouldn't have anything to show to them. Simply because I did not want to collect money from a fraudster. So in a nutshell, he's justifying it and saying like, do what you have to do and make some money. Don't let anybody scare you about heaven or hell. But now the same people go still tell you, say, haram, they go kill you. I say, kafir. But they are Yoruba fast anyway. So about everybody, here you get 419 Yahoo ni Babalawo. Here you know. Yahoo ni Babalawo, Yahoo ni Afa, Yahoo ni Pastor, Yahoo everybody want. So you are the commodity they are trading on, okay? So the Ogbolu will call the people that the Babalawos, the Mamalawos, the Uncle Lawos and the Brother Lawos and Sister Lawos like that, right? The Ogbolu, my hometown, okay? So there is a woman there, and that woman sells all of this lekuleja. You know lekuleja, right? I don't know the English of lekuleja. When I say lekuleja, that's leku. That's leku is le rat. Leja is le fish, like French. Le rat, le fish. Le rat, le fish. Well, smoky fish and smoked rat. And then they sell all of other things for the, spiritual sacrifice and stuff like that. So there's this woman in my town. Do you know the name they gave to her? Or she is called Eni Oruwomiti. Eni Oruwomiti is the Jabu word, though. I'll tell you. So it is a Jabu word for, the people that come to us are the people that their creators are pushing about, who have no idea. They believe that your sense now your creator. Okay, now your creator should be your sense, right? I don't know how to mix them together, okay? So your creator is your creator. And your creator is believed to be your head. Uri. So, if you cannot use your head, somebody else will use it for you. You get since you don't use your head, so you will go to somebody, babalawo, mamalawo, afa, pastor, brotherlawo, auntilawo, unculawo, sisterlawo, and the rest of them like that. Sure you get, because you know if you use your sense. Elewe Omo is different. I think they are the same, okay? Because Elewe Omo is good. That's why we buy all of the stores for a newborn baby. That one is better. I'm talking about the spiritual one now. Here you get. So this woman said, so you go to them, they say, okay, you need to go and buy Agbari Adugarawa. Which one is Agbari Adugarawa? They say now the head of one big bird. This bird is a bird that they used to find it somewhere in Asia. Asia is a research. Okay, that is why they are like that. So when you go to them, they can look for anything for you, and then you take it to your babalawo or your mamalawo to pray for you, so that your life will be better and the rest. But last, the babalawo will won't make you become rich in what do you call it? In the in the poverty capital of the world. Okay, the babalawo that is going to make you rich is living in an uncompleted house. And he is not even the owner of the house. Okay? But now this babala, you will say you get business, you get this, you have built your business from this and that, right? Then your head, they push you. It will now push you to the babalawo. The babalawo will now send it to any oruwomiti. Any oruwomiti, the Bolu will now wait for you and say, what did they say you should get? They said you should get the head of this, head of that, the leg of peacock, and the mouth of, seagull. And you have to get the high of, a tin, and all of that stuff, Sha. So then you pay money and you carry everything and take it to your babalawo. That one will take it and say, from today, all everything, all open for. Like today, you must be swimming in money. Swimming. I say, that man is great too. I see where they live for uncompleted muddy house will turn you to my Kadenuga. You think if you get means of turning you to Dangote or my Kadenuga, you self go come there, come meet them for inside that uncompleted building. You have no idea. It's a long one, no. I'm just saying, okay? So when you see our fast like that, these are a bunch of freeloaders, chancers who can read Quran. I've told you this many times, okay? If I wanted to be a babalawo, I will be a babalawo and I will begin to talk like a babalawo. I swear, a lot of you will call me and say, Oluwo. You'll be calling me Oluwo instead of Mayego. Secretly, some of you where they go church. I've seen it many times. The pastor, redeemed church pastor, do Bolu na me carry and go where they say make a carry and go where Ingo have to go and pluck some leaves. Because when we do those things in Bolu, there are some of these things that you have to pluck with your own hand. Others you can go get for you, okay? But there are some that you have to do by yourself. You have to pluck them by yourself. And as you are plucking them, you have to be praying, like there's some certain herbs, okay, that you have to go and do yourself very early. You don't talk to anybody. Redeemed church pastor, redeemed church pastor, will come to do good. I wasn't too young. So if I tell you that I know your pastors very well, I know what I'm saying, okay? So now you then have to be like, okay, person will not be turn himself to Dangote. He has a secret and he's going to turn you to Dangote soon. Therefore, but before you turn to Dangote, okay, you need to buy him a car. He has no car. How can your pastor be working with legs? You will be saying you find way to improve your business, and they say that pastor now a strong man, he go pray for you. Also, you will get there, he go shout. He go say your miracle is coming. And after that, he go say, you buy a car. The profit you are going to make from your business, you will remember that Babala would have said, they are bringing you one big work this week out there. Are you not the same one who wrote proposal to the ministry that you wanted to take a job? You wrote proposal for a contract. The contract is being processed. Now, they are going to call you. You carry yourself, go meet one guy man. The guy man look and said, I can see money, wealth. Yes, sir. Please Please help me. Help me. Hang on. I see money. I also see death. Owó rèé, ikú rèé, ládé á fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà nígbà tí bàbá ń lọ sókè ìṣànpín tó fẹ́ lọ rò gógóró, then ó yà ní etí. This is ikú rèé, owó rèé o. Ṣùgbọ́n if I said we can remove the death, because I can see fortune and I can see death. That contract, they'll give you the contract, okay? You are going to, but we also need to work towards the death that is beside it. It's like somebody collecting a new contract, everybody is happy and then die. Baba, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. They are my enemies. They have always been coming after me. Please, Baba, what should I do? No. You are here. You are with me now. Nobody can touch you. Hang on. Just that. Just like that. That's all we need. So, put your, do like that 3 times. Your prayer has been answered. My papa just told me now that you don't need much. That contract, they will give you the contract. Owo Gidi will come, we will get the money. But you have to take care of Baba. Sure, you will take care of Baba when everything is fine. Baba, I will take care of you. I will rebuild this house for you. You don't know the contract I'm talking, sir. I'm talking about contract of 14 billion. Once they give me the contract, Baba, I will rebuild this house for you. I will buy you a new car. I'll have to buy you a car. I say, don't worry, it's already done. My papa will did there, could do it for you. Mugu you. You go collect the contract and pay you to go for a cash shop, your profit. You buy your babalawo or the pastor one amazing big car in appreciation. He don't open shop on you. If you sleep, you find yourself beside the ocean. Or you sleep, you can't dream, say you did on top bridge, you won't jump. Now you go call. Hello, Baba. I had this bad dream last night. Almost sweating. I've seen it here. I was about to call you. You need to see me this evening. Okay? You know you are rich now. Enemies, too many enemies. Oh, they want to kill you, Neo. Because now they want to take your life. Oh, we need to do something quick. You need to meet me right now. Then you jump into your new car. You know you are rich. You don't want to die. There's so much money. Now, you have suffered enough. You need somebody to help you tie debt somewhere. Now, I will never forget that woman's name. Onyoruomiti. If you cannot use your head, somebody else will use it for you. Maybe you get problem. You have ishoro, delay, they solve all the problem. All will happen is that you should just send the consultant's fee, £1,000. Do you want to become a millionaire this year or billionaire? Talk to all my baba, the rumorless, left, right, and center. Just send me £1,000. Ma take and see fronts. Because the whole thing I don't see front clearly like that. So if you can't use your head, somebody else will use it for you. Whether those of you feel read the Quran, Larubawa, who feel read Arabic, or the ones maybe speak in tongue like Israelis, Abi, you don't have to understand what they are saying. Just say amen. Or maybe not the one where they say go dress like me, scare you. Put the tag on. Put all the put all the sign and call all the stuff and say, if I touch your head with this thing, what is show you in here? You see this thing? I collected it from 7 spirits, 7 gods from 7 seas and 7 land. You see this thing is a very powerful. If I meet anybody with it, they will die. Baba Ekoshida, they'll calm down. Igi tí wọ́n fi gbin àti ilẹ̀kẹ̀ tí wọ́n sin sí lára kò kọjá gbogbo area tó ti ṣe fún yín. So, but if you can't use your head, somebody else will use it for you. Let's go sleep. I've used all your time and even over, okay? Thanks so much for spending your evening with me this evening, all right? And consider this as one of the moment when, sometimes we can be very lovely friends, but we still have to tell ourselves some truth, okay? And that's what I've done tonight. Tomorrow is another day. If you're up for it, you should join me. Enjoy the rest of your night or evening. I will see you some other time. Good night.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Máyégún dáyàrí politico.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Máyégún dáyàrí Máyégún nọ́mbà wá.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì máyé ègún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lúwẹ̀ túnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.